potentially later on in the day. There is no dangerous weather nearby currently. Some highlights from the third round. Jimmy Walker had a share of the second round lead, but lost it with some careless putting early in his round. Walker dropped that shot, made a birdie at number 6, then dropped another shot at number 8, his third bogey in his first 8 holes. He'd get a shot back at number 11, now for birdie at 12. And finally, Walker going back in the right direction, even on his round at the 15th. This for birdie to get to 10 under. And Walker finds the right side and gets back to double digits as the final hole, the par 5, this for eagle, to shoot 67. Walker would tap that in for a third round 68 and a one-shot lead heading into the final round. The man who he broke out of a tie from with that birdie at 18, Jason Day, at 6 for birdie. The defending champion making his presence known. All pars before that. At the 9th, the par 3. Day's tee shot was pure. And Jason Day would make that to get to 9 under. All pars to 18. And this for the moment for a share of the lead. So Jason Day with a third round 67 after Walker's birdie finds himself one back. William McGirt, second shot at 13. And McGirt, after birdies at 2, 5, and 12, added another at 13. Then 2 holes later, the 15th for birdie. McGirt to 8 under par. He would bogey the 18th, shoot 66. Henrik Stenson, second at number 6. The most recent major champion with a win at Troon. Stuck it in there, and Stenson would make that birdie. Now for eagle at the 18th. Birdies at 3, 11, 14. And a bogey at 10. He would convert his birdie putt there at 18, shoot his third consecutive 67. He's within striking distance. Brooks Koepka at 6 under on the par 3 12. He would make that for his second birdie of the day to go along with one at number 2. No bogeys on his card. He'd birdie 15, then an 18 for an eagle and a third round 65. Excuse me, that a birdie at 15. And 18 for birdie for a 66. Brooks Koepka improving his score by 1 shot each round. Hideki Matsuyama, third shot at 18. Matsuyama with birdies at 2, 9, and 10. Would make a birdie at 18, shoot 67. Drop shot at number 5. Final round action also today. 5th hole, second shot for Padraig Harrington. Almost holds it, and Padraig would make birdie there. At the 17th for birdie. Harrington to -6. This Brandon Grace at the 2nd for birdie. And Brandon Grace moving in the right direction. This for birdie at 4. 2 birdies and 3 holes. Brandon Grace at 8 under par, making his presence felt. Had close finishes at major championships, including the U.S. Open last year. And Grace is moving his way up the leaderboard. Still more than an hour before Jimmy Walker begins his round with Robert Streb. Jason Day, defending champion, goes just about 1 hour from now. Between now and then, we'll see Stenson, Koepka, Matsuyama, McGirt all starting their final rounds as play continues here at Baltusrol Golf Club in Springfield, New Jersey. Third rounds completed this morning. Final rounds got underway quickly. And a lot of play out of the golf course. Some good play as well. Mickelson, 68. Luton, 65. So good scores are available. Billy Hurley III started his final round, has yet to post a score on the first hole. Same with Zach Johnson. Charles Schwartzel with a 2 under par 70. Ryan Palmer went from 1 over to 2 under with his 3 under par 67 in the final round. Keegan Bradley, 2011 champion, from 2 over to 2 under. This is Harrington at the 18th. A moment ago, his 3rd shot. So who knows? He'll have that for birdie to post 7 under par score for his championship. This for birdie. Oh, that's a tough miss. So Harrington will post 6 under par. And Padraig Harrington, nice round of 68, but close to really catching the attention of the leaders. He's the leader in the clubhouse currently at 6 under. This is Paul Casey at the 6th for birdie. And Casey gets to 5 under. At the 13th, a moment ago, Russell Henley's 2nd. Sit. Got 3 birdies, a couple of bogeys on his card. That for his 4th birdie of the day. Made 3 here yesterday, dropped a shot in round 2, but this now live. Henley able to get back to 4 under par for the championship. Top of the 6th, Brandon Grace, 2nd shot. See by the scoreboard, Grace just 3 back. And Grace has a birdie chance from below the hole. Now Adam Scott at the 2nd hole for birdie. Going to move hard from his left to right. And Adam Scott to 5 under. 1 under on his round. Jason Day looking to successfully defend his title here. Last guy to do that, Tiger Woods, who's done it twice since 1999. What a year it's been for Jason Day since his claiming the Wanamaker Trophy 12 months ago. Jimmy Walker leading by a shot. 1 hour and 6 minutes from his starting time. Jason Day will go less than an hour from now. You can see Adam Scott moving his way up the leaderboard. Vaughn Taylor on the tee at 12. One under on his round. Birdies at 2 and 6. Dropped a shot at the 1st. Hasn't made birdie here all week, but he'll have an opportunity to do so today. Let's go to the par 5 17th. Hahn for birdie. That kind of day for James Hahn. Got 5 bogeys, 1 birdie on his card, 4 over for the championship, 4 over for his round. Kevin Na on the tee at 12. And Kevin moving in the right direction. He's 2 under on his round with a chance to get to 3 under for the championship. At the 13th, George Casilla second. George made bogey on this hole yesterday. Birdied it in round 2, made par in round 1. At 16, Brian Stewart, his second. Caught a little too much ball, as Stewart will have that left for his par. Bogey the last 3 holes last year. PGA Championship wire-to-wire winners. Bobby Nichols, Raymond Floyd did it twice. These are players who are leader or co-leader after every round. Hal Sutton back in 1983. Nick Price at Belle Reve in 94. Tiger Woods, Valhalla 2000. Needed a playoff to get that done, and Phil Mickelson right here 11 years ago. To 11, this is Kelson for birdie from off the green. Coming up considerably short. Kelson will have that to stay even for the championship. Grace for birdie at 6, a big one. Not enough speed. And Grace has put some pressure on leaders and majors of late. Currently, he's 3 back. Nice job as Grace tries to continue his press forward. Birdies at 2 and 4. And again, Grace just 3 shots back. Nice finishes in some major championships. Finished 3rd at the PGA Championship last year. Padraig Harrington a winner in this championship. Let's take a look this morning. The clouds moving, rain falling. Players trying to stay dry, trying to complete their rounds. Jason Day, a nice day. Jimmy Walker salvaged his with some birdies on the back 9. But the moisture has moved out of the area. Umbrellas have been put away. Sun trying to shine. 1 hour and 2 minutes from now, the final pairing of Jimmy Walker and Robert Streb will begin their final round here at the 98th PGA Championship. Walker with a 1-shot lead over Jason Day, who is just itching to get out on the golf course and try and defend his title of the PGA champion. Been done a few times throughout history, repeating a major championship victory, certain Hall of Fame status. Curtis Strange did it in the U.S. Open. You see Steve Stricker, second to last name there. He's 3 under par on the tee at 9. Stricker came so close back in 1998. Co-leader after 54 holes. Vijay Singh prevailed, but Stricker showed his style and class. A look at the 9th hole. The green is angled on this par 3 and well protected by bunkering. It's the 7th easiest hole on the golf course, playing just a shade under par today and sloping fairly significantly from back to front. Stricker looking around quickly to see if there's any sign of wind. Tommy Lamb, his caddy. Lamb's caddied for Jay Haas, among others. Brad Faxon. But Stricker trying to make a move on the back nine. Finds the bunker on the ninth. Saw George Katsia hit it to here on 13. This for birdie. Ooh. Just creased the hole. He'll end up making 4 here. And a little disappointed with that result. On the 12th, Kevin Na to keep it going in the proper direction. This for birdie. 2 under on his round. Kevin Na knew early on that ball was going to drop. On the tee at 12 is Kelton. Now Na. Both caddies and his fellow competitor are off the green. Kelton ready to go. Made bogey here yesterday as Lee Westwood gets set to play. Tough day for Lee. 3 over par. He's also 3 over in his 3rd round. Shot 40 on the front, 6 over on the front. Round 4. Bogeys at 2 and 4, and then 1 at 10. Tell by the reaction, not loving that one. About hole high, but a long birdie putt. 3rd shot at the long par 5 17th. Kevin Kisner. Kisner so close to an eagle, he'll have just a tap in there to birdie 17 for the 4th day in a row. At the final hole, 2nd shot for Francesco Molinari. So Molinari will have an eagle putt at the final hole to get to 5 under par and shoot 66 in the final round. Adam Scott now, 2nd shot, 3rd hole.
Come on, Ozzy!
After a birdie at number 2, Scott will have that to get to 6 under, just 5 back. To the first hole, 2nd shot for William McGirt. If he can make some early birdies, he'll certainly catch some attention. Off more than an hour before the final pairing, and McGirt in good position to make birdie at the first. Now Molinari for eagle at 18. Molinari will make his birdie. Shoot his best round of the week. 67. So he improved his score each day. And Francesco Molinari, 4 under par, has a major championship he can be happy with. So yet to claim one of the biggest trophies in the game. That's Rich Beam finishing with a birdie at 18. So some stumbles midway through his second 9, and Rich Beam shoots 71. Grace, second shot at 7, just missed that birdie at 6. Oh, unlikely to miss that one. Brandon Grace putting some pressure on. So Grace, you see, 3 back. He's going to go to 9 under. Jimmy Walker, less than an hour till his starting time. Jason Day, about 45 minutes. Henrik Stenson, a little bit before 3 o'clock local time. It's currently 2:21 in the afternoon on the East Coast. Jordan Spieth will tee off in about 1 minute. Summer Hayes has already begun his final round, yet to post a score on the first hole. Grillo, Martin Keimer, Ricky Fowler will get going shortly. Mickelson is done for the day. Not a bad performance for the man who won this championship at this venue 11 years ago. Third round finished today. Final round began, remaining in the same pairings as they did in third round action. James Hahn, second shot here at the home hole, par 5 18th. And Hahn hits the green but can't hold it. Let's go over to the first tee.
Please welcome to the tee from Dallas, Texas, Jordan Spieth.
All right, Nick, for him to have a chance at victory, and that's all he's got in his head these days, what's he got to do? What's he got to shoot? How low would he have to go?
I got to believe the top 4 or 5 will keep going forward, so we could be looking at 13 under, something like that to win this.
One of the hardest holes here. Par 5 for the membership. Out of bounds left.
I was doing the call at the Open Championship, and with the weather coming, I was saying if you could break 70 between Henrik and Phil, break 70 today, you'd be the Open champion. And of course, I was 7 shots out on that call. So I'll go with 13 under minimum today. I mean, especially if those guys look into each other's eyes and nobody wants to give in, got to feel it. And the way the course is playing, they could just birdie everything.
Over to 3.
To go 2 under for the first 3 holes, and what a start for Scott. He's in the mix now at 6 under par, but I agree with you, Nick. They're going to keep going low in these calm, coolish conditions. No wind to speak of, and very, very soft greens in excellent condition. But it's Jimmy Walker in front by 1 at 11 under par here.
Out at number 4. This is Tanahara for birdie. Hideto Tanahara shot 73 in the third round, 66 in the second round. All pars here today. Let's head to the 7th, where David Lingmerth has a birdie putt. Get back to even on his round. Having a tough hole to birdie. He's made par 2 of the days, bogeyed at 1. That bogey came in the second round on Friday. On 3, Gregory Bourdie for birdie. Three sub-70 rounds so far, but he's 1 over on his round today. And the rain is back. Coming down a little bit harder. Still not threatening the course with unplayable conditions. And no warning signs posted for dangerous conditions regarding electricity in those dark clouds you see, just moisture. So they will play until the course is unplayable or the weather becomes dangerous with lightning in the area. Currently neither of those the case, as live final round coverage of the 98th PGA Championship continues. This is Bill Haas, third shot at the final hole, par 5 18th. Very nice approach. Haas, a couple of bogeys on his round, yet to birdie 18 this week. At the 10th, Danny Lee second. Obviously difficult lie in that thick, wet rough. He's got 2 birdies and a bogey on his round today. Made birdie 10 yesterday as we go to Cameron Tringali on the tee at 16. Tringali even on his round today after making birdies at 9 and 14. We'd love to get to 1 under on his round here. Made bogey well, en route to shoot 77 in round 3. Tringali with a birdie putt at the par 3 16th. At the first, McGirt for birdie. And McGirt on the move early. He gets to 8 under. This is Grace trying to move 1 shot closer.
And that's only the 4th birdie by the field today. So Grace -9, 2 behind.
Fourth hole, 195. Doesn't like it.
He's got the putting surface, though.
He's on the upper level, but wow. What's that, close to 45 feet away?
Jordan Spieth at 1.
Well, this will be very interesting. He throws a dart in there. A bit of rain coming down right now. Yeah, knocked it down a touch.
He's been very happy with his ball striking this week. Just hasn't been holding those mid-range putts that he's usually so exceptional. Dropping 15 to 25 footers. Let's go to Russell Knox.
This was just a moment ago, Jim. It shows you what can be done from 50 feet. And watch the result. Born in Inverness on a cloudy day. Makes the absolute huge putt here at 15. And he's playing alongside Mark Leishman, who, well, he did not make it from much closer. So let's go back to the 8th hole, par 4. Just 2 par 4s under 400 yards. This is one of them. 3 bunkers down the left. Avoid those. Oh, soft conditions certainly going to help that out. Just a short iron will be left for Grace, who's making a little bit of a move up the leaderboard. He's only 3 back now. Of course, Jason Day. Can he win another? Join that rear list at the top. David Graham, Greg Norman are the 2 Australians with 2 majors.
Bill Haas missing his birdie putt at the 18th, so unable to birdie the final hole any of the 4 rounds. At the 6th, Oosthuizen for his birdie, currently 1 over after dropping a shot at 5. Back to 5. John Senden second. Nice championship for Sendon. He's even on his round today, but shot 69 yesterday. Currently 3 under. At the 18th, Hahn for birdie. And a tough day for James Hahn. But he ends with a birdie. 3 over par for the championship. Final round 73. First and third rounds pretty decent though. Brandt Snedeker now for birdie at 12. He's dropped shots at 7, 9, and 11. Makes par there at 12. At the 9th, Paul Casey on the tee.
That's a golf shot right there. Get up. Get up. What's up, Paul? Good shot, Paul. Muscle just started.
218, Aaron Badley second.
Good.
Been an up and down day for Aaron. Bogeyed 3 of his first 7, birdied 4 of his next 6, all pars since then. As we go to 7, KJ Choi in the bunker. His second shot, difficult par 4. All pars today though. Made bogey here yesterday. Also bogeyed the 6th in the first round. Jordan Spieth for birdie at the first.
Up to 2.
We've got Will McGirt back here in this fairway.
Get back there.
And doesn't quite get back there for McGirt. But he'll have another birdie putt. This one at 2. At 8, hottest golfer on the course, Brandon Grace. Made a birdie yesterday at number 8. This hole. He's birdied 3 of his first 7 today. Jordan Spieth tapped in for his par on the first hole. And Grace will have a lengthy birdie putt here at 8. Adam Scott for par at 4. Big putt. Just slides out of the hole, and Adam Scott will drop 1 shot. Birdie 2 and 3, then bogeyed number 4. This is Kevin Kisner at the 18th. His second shot.
Come on, Win.
Made birdie at 17. He'll have an eagle putt here at the 18th. This is Kelce at 13. His second shot. Got a nice final round going. Birdies at 5 and 9. Have another chance at 13. At the 15th, Jonathan Vegas for birdie. Unable to convert his 5th birdie of the day. He's got 4 against 1 bogey. at the 13th, second shot for Lee Westwood. Lee's still looking for his first birdie today. We go to the 18th. Aaron Baddeley's third. That close for eagle, so Baddeley will have that to shoot 68 and finish 1 under par. Let's take a look at some leaderboards. It's currently 2:36 on the East Coast. 40 minutes from now, Jimmy Walker, and Robert Streb will begin in the final pairing of this final round of the PGA Championship. 9 minutes prior to that, Jason Day will get going in his title defense. Final round. Patrick Reed goes at 2:49. Justin Rose, Francesco Molinari already finished up, showing their birdies out there. Brandon Grace taking that knowledge, making some early birdies, making a charge. Jordan Spieth parred the first. Russell Knox, Jonathan Vegas, Russell Henley all getting close to finishing their rounds. Phil Mickelson has finished his. Martin Keimer, the 2015 PGA champion, he'll get going just about 20 minutes from now. Ricky Fowler has started his final round, yet to post a score at the first. Blow round of the day, Yus Luton. 65, moving him to 3 under par. Charles Schwartzel, even par 70. Palmer and Bradley, both subpar rounds in this, the final round of the 98th PGA Championship. Third round suspended yesterday. Third round play finished today, including the final 4 groups who didn't hit 1 shot all day on Saturday, but have finished their third rounds. Many have started their final rounds. Within 40 minutes, the entire field will be underway here at Baltusrol Golf Club. Kevin Kisner trying to close his day with an eagle. Does not give it enough. So Kisner will make birdie here at the last. And his major championship season will be over, as he'll finish up with an even par 70. 5 under par for the championship. Playing alongside Aaron Baddeley. Back to number 2, McGirt for birdie. To pull within 2. Give it some good speed coming up the hill, but just not enough. Still a stress-free par, and McGirt will stay 3 back. It's final round action here at the 98th PGA Championship from Baltusrol Golf Club in Springfield, New Jersey. Jimmy Walker leads by 1 shot. He'll start his final round less than 40 minutes from now. The rain has intensified on and off throughout the day. A little bit more intense right now than it had been for the last couple hours or so. No lightning in the area, though. Umbrellas are up. Play continues. The course still playable. You see the greens. No puddling water on the green. That would make a green unplayable, and they would immediately stop play and squeegee those greens. As we go out to the difficult 7th, KJ Choi, 3rd shot here at the par 4. Nice shot by KJ, man who was vice captain of the International President's Cup team for Nick Price last year in South Korea. At the 11th, Steve Stricker, 2nd. The next U.S. President's Cup captain will have a birdie putt at the 11th as we go to 13, and Kelton has this for birdie. Just slides by on the high side as Kelton will stay 2 under on his round, even for the championship. Bradley Dredge, 4th shot at 17. Made birdie here yesterday, but he'll have that for par today. An excellent 4th shot as he found trouble early in this golf hole. So Walker, leading by a shot at the end of the 1st round, tied at the end of the 2nd round, leads by 1, entering the 4th. Here's Bubba Watson. That his 3rd shot at 17. Bubba 2 over on his round, 2 over for the championship. Lost in a playoff to Martin Kaymer back in 2010 at Whistling Straits. The year Dustin Johnson was assessed a penalty on the 72nd hole, knocking him out of a chance to join those two. Jimmy Walker with the 1-shot lead. Man looking to go wire to wire for the first time since 2005 when Phil Mickelson did so in a PGA championship right here at Baltusrol. At 8, this is Brandon Grace for par. That was an important putt. And Grace shows his clutch putting ability and scoring ability in a major championship. He's done that quite a bit over the last few years, and he's currently trailing by just 2. Low man out on the golf course, though. William McGirt just 1 back of him, but overall it's Jimmy Walker leading Jason Day by a shot. Stenson gets going in 15 minutes. Patrick Reed next on the tee. Kaymer will play alongside Stenson. Molinari finished with 67 today. All of these players acquitting themselves well here in northern New Jersey, but they will not be taking home the Wanamaker Trophy. To the tee at 9, Brandon Grace.
As we go to the 9th.
Today, 211 yards. This 9th hole. Brandon Grace now. Holiday cut back in that left-hand portion. Don't want to miss this left and left bunker. That's short side in yourself. That's a no-no. Little par 3s out here, Baltusrol.
Grace finds the putting surface, but will have a long attempted birdie to pull within 1. Jordan Spieth at the 2nd. This for birdie. If Jordan wants to add a Wanamaker to his trophy case, he's going to need a bunch of birdies, and he's going to need them quick. Trails by 7. Didn't like it from the get-go. Not quite enough speed, so he will stay at 4 under. Jordan Spieth with pars on the first 2 holes. This was the leaderboard last year at Whistling Straits, and current position from those who finished 1st through 5th. Almost an identical Leaderboard this year with Jimmy Walker as the interloper. On the third, second shot for William McGirt.
McGirt back on top of the hill, firing a hybrid down there, and he's ripped it into the middle of the green and just 12 feet away for birdie for McGirt. A winner at Memorial earlier this season, just a couple of months ago, his first victory on tour. And 6 top 10s already this season.
Well, we began our show with a wonderful narration from the oldest PGA professional, Gus Andreone, at 104. And now we get to tell you about
final round action here at the 98th PGA Championship. Live action continues as we go to 17, where Bubba Watson has this putt for birdie. And Watson, that kind of championship for him. Everything just seemed to slide by. He makes par at the long 17th. The shorter par 5 18th lies ahead. At 14, Kevin Na for birdie. Quietly working his way up the leaderboard. Never online, and Kevin Na's got some work left for his par. Bogey free today, but only 3 holes remaining after this. At the 16th, Ross Fisher on the tee. Ross looks like he's settled in his own pitch mark, obviously able to repair that, but Fisher 1 over on his round. Needed to get something going early if he had any chance of threatening the top of this leaderboard. Unable to do so as we go to 11. Andy Sullivan second. Nice approach by Sullivan, even on his round. At 14, Lee Westwood second. An excellent approach by Westwood. At 13, long range putt for Frazier for birdie. Just scares the high side of the hole. At the 8th, KJ Choi's second shot on the way. The man with the nickname Tank will have a birdie putt. At the 17th, third shot for Russell Knox. And Russell Knox will have a downhill birdie putt. Back to 13. This is Young Han Song. His second shot. 1 over on his round, 3 over for the championship. But he's hole high and has a chance to get back to even on the day. This is first hole. Hideki Matsuyama third.
Matsuyama's third into the first. And that is just gorgeous. To 9.
Well, we've got a little cross-country one here from about 45. Brian Grace, try to get this close and not get your heartbeat up. And that will leave just a little flutter, just a little flutter. He's currently at 9 under, only 2 shots back. Let's go to 3.
Spieth on the tee of the long 4. Up to the front of the tee today for the back hole location.
I was just going to say, Ian, a tough tee shot, turns right to left, but fairway goes left to right.
Well, he's avoided the trees, Nick, so it's a tough one too, because not only is it a demanding shape shot as we go back over to the range and see the 2 leaders, Jason Day in the foreground, Jimmy Walker, can he lead wire to wire? Phil Mickelson did in 05 when he won here. Jason Day first in the world. See there on the right side the world rankings. Jimmy Walker 48th, not having his best season. Could it be Stenson perhaps? Back-to-back majors.
Out at the 8th, John Curran has a birdie putt. Quietly 2 under for the championship. 1 over today, made a bogey at number 3. Shot 1 under par 69 yesterday. Little work left for his par. Over the 16th, we saw Ross Fisher's tee shot. This is birdie putt. Always on the high side. As Fisher will look to make his par. At the 17th, Russell Knox for his birdie. It's the first par 5 on the golf course, second to last hole. Russell Knox will make par here and stay 1 under for this round, 4 under for the championship. At 16, George Casilla for birdie. We'll have a relatively long par putt remaining. Snedeker's second shot at 14.
I'm not saying a word.
And Snedeker will have that for his birdie.
Great shot. Really good shot.
At the 18th, Kyle Reifers for eagle, just on the fringe at the front left part of the green. Nice day going, 3 birdies, 3, 5, and 11. No bogeys. Just parred 17. Would love to finish with an eagle here at 18. That's a great lag putt. So Kyle will end up shooting 66 today. Finish this championship 4 under as the final 3 groups getting ready to tee off. Stenson and Keimer in the 3rd to last pairing, heading to the first tee. Already out on the golf course, though, is William McGirt. Unable to get that birdie putt to drop at the 3rd. Moment ago at number 9, Brandon Grace for par. Important putt.
Cruised right through that front 9, pretty good shape, didn't he? 3 under. Again, the best round was 5. Let's go to the 10th hole.
Well, the perfect line is that bunker left, creek on the right-hand side of the fairway. Instant indication that was just rifled out there. Beautifully done. There's that little creek that really pushes in right where the boys are going to be landing it.
Let's move back to the first here, Nick, with Koepka. Ooh, short side.
Yeah, just 466 the first today.
To 3.
Okay, from the right side, top of the hill, Jordan Spieth got the driving iron. Yeah, we were saying before, Nick, you can't see the fairway here at the third. It's a very intimidating tee shot.
Well, Tillinghast threw everything at them. You know, they got the whole turns right to left, fairway goes left to right. They've got a creek to get across if they miss the fairway, and undulating green.
Jimmy Walker getting ready to go. 65, 66, 68 of his first 3 rounds. Since 1958, when the PGA Championship became a stroke play competition, it was match play before then. Lead or co-lead to become champions, 33, 57%. Will he increase that number this evening? Last 3 rounds he's led. We've talked about it. Lead or co-lead. Co-lead after 2 rounds at 9 under par, and looking to become a wire-to-wire winner, the same as Phil Mickelson was back here in 05.
Paul Levy has the honor of getting Stenson and Keimer started.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2:58 starting time. The referee for this group is Chip Essick, PGA member from Hickory Stick Golf Club in Greenwood, Indiana. The rules observer for this group is Jack Connolly, PGA past president, North Hills Country Club, North Hills, Pennsylvania. Now on the tee, from Sweden, Henrik Stenson.
Henrik's last 7 rounds here in the span of really 2 weeks. 68, 65, 68, 63, 67, 67, 67.
Yeah, and if you call it a par 72, that's 5 under each day. Same as the Open.
Trying to do what Rory did back in 2014, when both the Open and the PGA the same season.
If you're watching earlier, he hit 3 wood up 18, and he had a wonderful knowing on his face that he just flushed both of them perfectly. So he is feeling, I think, very confident with his game.
Koepka, green side. Very nice. Runs out about 3 feet.
You made a good point earlier on, Jim, that these guys are not playing each other. They go in 4 separate groups.
Yes.
Can't look the other guy in the eye, and here's Phil finishing. And just wanted to say, Henrik, I spoke to him after. He said he is Phil on 18, but the story is that
as Mickelson earlier finishing with a birdie at 18 for 68.
The man who won in 2005 at this very venue. What a popular person in the New York area. This is Brandon Gray's second shot at 10. So Grace will have a putt to move within 1. An exciting final day as live final round action continues here on Sunday at the PGA Championship. McGirt now for birdie at 4.
Oh, does it get there? Yes, it does for birdie. To 9 under. Your theory on this, looking one another in the eye, had you repaired, you wouldn't have been able to have a Sunday finish, but you would have had a Walker Day final pairing.
Absolutely.
Maybe for Jimmy Walker, it's a better thing. You're not looking into the eyes of the most dominant player this year in golf.
I always like that. I think if you're in there trying to win, you want to know what's going on.
This is at 3.
Surprised they didn't mark the ball up there near the hole. It was could have been an assistant there. Just a little bit too much club on the ball there. Squeezed it a bit, didn't check.
Jason Day. He won Arnold's event, won a World Golf Championship match play, won the Players. He's ranked number 1, and he won this event last year, trying to successfully defend.
At the 11th, second shot for Paul Casey. And Casey, with 1 par, 1 bogey, needs to make some birdies. At the 13th, Young Han Song for birdie. Never high enough. As the rain continues to fall lightly, we go to the 17th. Jonathan Vegas for birdie, the long par 5. At the 10th, David Lingworth with a birdie putt. First birdie of the day for David Lingworth. A disappointing final round for him. Started the day 3 under. Now goes back to 2 under as we go to the 16th tee. Kevin Na set to play. Very efficient play today from Kevin.
Oh, be right. Get left a little.
Just stayed out of the bunker. At the 15th, long range birdie putt for Lee Westwood. Proper speed. At the 10th, Grace to pull within 1.
Tee off at 1. Back at 1.
Oh, didn't like it, did he? Got a little steep on that one.
He doesn't miss hit many shots these days.
Doesn't, you know, it's all about the right shoulder, right forearm, getting that in the right position. Occasionally pops it in the wrong place.
To 3.
Difficult putt for par here for Jordan. Runner-up in the PGA last year, of course. Jason Day at Whistling Straits. 2 wins and 6 top 10 so far this season in what they call a down year. Over to the second.
Hideki Matsuyama now. I gave it that optimistic stride like that was going to be parked in the hole from about 30 feet. He's going to tap that in. He'll remain at 7 under, 4 shots back. And Koepka, everybody's going to drive it here about 220 off the tee, whatever you can get to there, and then just kind of plop it over that bunker. You see where that flag is in the back. There you go. Try to control your spin. And be underneath it, putting back up. That's pretty flat up where that is. Chris Koepka, he's at even par for the day, 9 under, just started his round, only 2 shots back. There you get the idea. Again, you look for, is there any low scores out there? And there's not many, so you don't, you know, you get past the first 10 guys, and it's going to be hard to creep up on these guys that are playing well at 10 or 11, so we'll find out.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 3:07 starting time. The referee for this group is Brian Jones, PGA member, Black Oak Golf Club, Long Valley, New Jersey. The rules observer for this group is Ken Lindsay, PGA past president from Deerfield Golf Club in Canton, Mississippi. Now on the tee, from Argentina, Emiliano Grillo.
Susie Whaley with the introduction. And again, Grillo, as he told us he would prefer to be called, is just 23. Did not have the best of it this morning, Nick. He was 3 over for the round.
Yeah. That's a beautiful looking tee shot, right center, trying to draw a touch.
Gotta like that one, Donnie.
From Australia, the 2015 PGA champion, Jason Day.
He did not have the benefit of what he would normally like to do in the days leading up to a major as far as preparation. He was sick at the beginning of the week. An illness that ran right through the family. He even had his wife Ellie in the hospital for a brief visit. He was under the weather. Again, did not get that many holes in as far as practice. And now going 36 today.
Yeah, but they all had a break, didn't they, yesterday? So I was speculating whether that would help a few of them. Been driving beautifully, just a couple of pushes, you know, to the right. That seems to be his miss this week.
And that is the miss here,
yeah.
Nick.
Oh, and nestles down in that nasty stuff, especially with the flag on front right.
Looked like it was right behind one sizable clump of grass. Up ahead, Stenson.
A little awkward one off a tight lie. Lob it across the corner.
And you can see this putt will be breaking on him. Could be a little severe left to righter coming up for par. Final pairing is heading to number 1 right now. Our leader, Jimmy Walker, on his way to what could be the biggest day of his career. You are watching the 98th PGA Championship on CBS.
At the 6th, this is Billy Hurley for birdie. Bogeys at 1 and 3, and then a birdie at 5. Unable to make another birdie here at the 6th. At the 17th, Ross Fisher for birdie. Nice championship for Ross as we go to the 16th tee. Lee Westwood set to play. Lee will have a long putt for 2 on this hole. At the 13th, this is Steve Stricker's 4th shot. Trouble off the tee. Well played, though he will drop a shot. At the 18th, par putt for Mark Leishman. So Leishman will make a bogey on the final 2 holes of his PGA Championship. No birdies in his final round. And a tough way to end. This is the 13th fairway. They're squeegeeing off as much water as they can. Preferred lies being played in this, the final round. This is Henrik Stenson for part 1. Now Brooks Koepka for birdie at number 2 to pull within a shot. Just misses on the high side. Now Jason Day, who missed the fairway at the first, his 2nd shot.
Really well pitch under. And if that didn't make it through the first rough, did it scuttle across the other side of the fairway or gets caught up in the rough, Dottie? We've lost.
I believe that ball has found the rough.
Didn't get a
on the far
on
side.
the other side?
Yes, on the other side, yes.
At least he has an angle now.
Here's Grillo.
Well done there from 172. A little bit of breeze up in the face and very humid.
Emiliano 37th in the world to 11.
And Brandon Grace in perfect position here at the short 4. Really turns through the ball nicely, maintains that wrist angle. Chance there, that's not a bad angle to be putting from at 11. He's had 3 birdies on that first 9. Bogey free so far today.
And we've got Will McGirt here, winner of the Memorial. Early in the year, he's had a heck of a year. Ranked 46 in the World Golf Rankings, so he's from this year, he has definitely got the pedigree to handle this. 2 shots back, trying to make a 1. He'll get his par. 37 years old, kind of blooming a little late, but blooming nevertheless. And a shout out to all the people that are out here from the New York area, New Jersey. I mean, not a good day out here. It's muddy out in that golf course, and they look at them. They're everywhere. Great golf fans here.
No cameras, no cell phones, please.
So from the other side of the fairway now, 3rd shot for Day.
It's a reasonable lie from the 2nd cut. Very, very good angle. 95 yards.
Should be less spin coming out the rough. Oh, didn't get it there.
Again, he's been bogey-free since a double on Friday at the 7th hole. He's been 10 under since that double bogey.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 3:16 starting time. The referee for this group is Tom Karpus, PGA member from Kennett Square Golf and Country Club, Kennett Square, Pennsylvania. The rules observer for this group is Jim Remy, PGA past president, Okemo Valley Golf Club, Lovegrove, Vermont. Now on the tee, from Bernie, Texas, Jimmy Walker.
He is just outside of San Antonio. 5-time winner, including winning at home last year at the Valero Texas Open.
This is his first time leading a major championship in the 4th round. At least, Jim, unless he went home and took a nap after the 3rd round, he didn't have to sleep on it.
I think that's what he planned to do, Peter. Yeah. I thought it was interesting. He bogeyed, had 3 bogeys on the front nine and then really found his tempo on the back nine. And obviously, as you know, that's going to be the key element today, is that tempo under pressure.
Saw no action yesterday because of the weather, but has slept on the lead Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights.
He'd be feeling it.
When he's on, he's an excellent driver of the golf ball, isn't he, Nick?
Beautiful. Hits it high and straight.
From Shawnee, Kansas, Robert Streb.
And again, not repairing. These two played together this morning, went off shortly after 7:30 local time. He shot 72. He had a putt for birdie at 18, 5 feet away, and 3 putted. But shot 63 on Friday, just the 30th 63 ever shot in major history. Tied lowest. What do you expect out of him today, Peter?
Well, you know, he struggled for most of the year, so I think, as Nick said at the top of the show, it's all about him controlling his nerves and his rhythm and his tension level. If he can do that, he can play. Let's use the Konica Minolta BizHub Swing Vision camera to take a look at Jimmy Walker's golf swing and what he's done with it. A couple things going on in his golf swing. The first is he's got the right knee trying to get stabilized in the backswing, and then watch him rotate his head as he goes forward. He worked with Butch Harmon on trying to get better rotation of his body on the through swing end of last year, beginning of this year, and I think he's now finally comfortable with all of that.
Up ahead, this is from just off for par day.
He did take advantage of the preferred rules situation for today. Lift clean and placed it.
Try.
Just needed that much more speed.
So that's a first miscue again since that double bogey on Friday at the 7th, which all that did was start the best streak of the championship. 7 birdies in 8 holes after that double, and not a one of them a par 5. Of course, Molinari had a 6-hole birdie stretch to end his 3rd round, but Day drops to 2 behind, and we head over to the 3rd.
Where Brooks Koepka is playing his 2nd. It's a long way down, but in the rough. He wasn't going to play later this week. His right ankle was still in bad shape. He didn't play at all for a month until Saturday. He started playing again. Played 9 holes each day in practice. Be interesting to see how strong that remains through this 36-hole day today as we go to this 2nd hole.
Perfect position off the tee, 170 yards left. Trying to get it up in this back right pin position. Not too much spin, and he did just that. He's going to have a pretty good look, about 15, 17 feet. for his birdie. And again, the second hole is one of the easiest holes in these first 7. So you got to get this hole. And you can see the bunker on the right there is about 230. Look at it. Look at these eagles. Look at this. Imagine getting an eagle here, making a 2, and you're not even close to getting a skin. Fourth easiest hole there, playing under par. This is the kind of optimistic stuff you need to look at early here. Gary Woodland just hacking out of that rough. What's a chance he gets this thing online in the right distance? Well, he did. That was a good one there. Yeah, this is easy here. It's like the fairway. And he's a really good iron player. Find out how much you're going to spin it, place it accordingly, and count that one. And now Ryan Palmer. See which one you like the best. You have a rating. That wasn't as much spin as a decky, so that one's going to be kind of at the end. So far, for me, it's Woodland. Summerhays.
This is going to top it.
Perfect position. You think so, Jim?
Go. Just watch.
Huh? You like that one where it kind of dances around and real quick disappears?
Yeah.
Okay.
The rabbit in the hole. I love it.
I still like Woodland. He had to figure out a lot of stuff. Let's go to Brandon Grace.
Yeah, I kind of like Matsuyama's. Anyway, here's Brandon Grace for birdie. 3rd last year in the PGA Championship and 3 top 5s in the last 6 majors. So his confidence is high in the big competitions, big championships. Back to 1.
And Jimmy Walker will be hitting this approach from a good spot.
179 yards, good lie, obviously lift clean in place, but I got to tell you, walking the first fairway, it is remarkably dry given the rain that we've had. Jimmy has a 6-iron.
Yeah, a couple of extra rehearsals there, Peter, just to settle things down.
Yeah, he starts it left, trying to cut it back.
Yeah.
Good safe shot for the first hole, Nick.
I agree. I think it's when you haven't felt this pressure before, it's good to just do enough things to just calm you down.
To 6.
And William McGirt, second shot. Right side, 2 under on today's round. A long way away from birdie. Let's go back to 1.
And Streb.
That shot from 174. He chose a 7-iron. I think he wanted to be comfortable getting over the lip.
Yeah, it sounded like it clipped the grass in front of him.
Well, he had a lip issue for sure there.
To 2.
The big hitting Brooks Koepka here at the difficult 3rd. Long range up the hill. Good safe putt. Just to tap in for the par. 4's always a good score there. Back to 2.
All right, pretty good look. Should hook a little bit. Trying to get within 1. Again, they're just kind of hooking a little late. Well played, though. Let's go to 8.
This just a moment ago. Big drive. It's just under 70 yards left for Adam Scott. That's right. It went straight down the tube. Woo! Adam Scott. And of course, a little bit of a crazy ride. A couple of birdies straight out of the gate there at 2 and 3 for Adam. His bogeys at 4 and 7, all gone now with that hole out at 8. Let's go to Brandon Grace.
And this is a par 3, 214 yards. Coming in here with a 4-iron.
Yeah, can't go long.
Over to 2.
Okay, we got the visualization done.
165 in total. Back edge is at 170, and that is definitely a no-go. Very steep green from right to left. That is left.
Maybe made up for the tee shot a little bit, and that's going to leave him wanting from about 40 feet away. So not the start that Jason Day wanted, but he's only 2 shots back.
Jonathan Vegas 4 under for the championship, 3 under on his round today. His next start will be at the Olympics for Venezuela. Yuta Akita for birdie at number 5. Third round 73, but he's going in the right direction here in the final round. 1 under par on his day. At the 17th, this is Kevin Na for par. And Na stays bogey-free, made 6 here yesterday. Avoids doing the same thing today. 1 hole remaining in his major championship season. At the 11th, KJ Choi has a lengthy par putt. Choi 2 under on his round after birdies at 9 and 10. Made bogey here yesterday. Pars the first 2 rounds. Very pleasant man from South Korea. Just dives out of the hole at the end, and KJ Choi will drop a shot. 17, third shot for Soren Kjeldsen. Nice round today for Kjeldsen. He's got 3 birdies, no bogeys, and an opportunity for a 4th to go 2 under for the championship. At 17. Looking at the radar here, you see the green pin that says PGA Championship. Looks pretty clear. Some showers sliding through the area, but no dangerous weather at all. Course holding up very well. Live island round action continues as Jimmy Walker has this birdie putt at number 1 for a 3-shot lead. Pounds it through the break. Some optimism that they will finish this championship today as we go to the 6th. McGirt for birdie. Current pace of play just a shade under 4 hours. At the 12th, Grace for birdie to pull within 1. So Grace has cooled off a bit. 3 birdies in his first 7 holes. Now Jason Day for birdie, number 2. Get back to 10 under. Defending champion will stay 2 back if Walker can make this par putt at number 1. Now McGirt does a trickier putt than it seems at number 6 for par. Now Stenson. Second shot at number 3. Henrik Stenson hole high as he tries to go back-to-back in terms of major championship victories, having won 2 weeks ago today at Troon. Third hole, 505-yard par 4, dog legs from right to left. Greens in regulation. Just half the field, second hardest green to hit on the entire golf course. Protected by 3 bunkers in the front. Jimmy Walker on the tee at 2. Wants to be in the left side of the fairway, using an iron off the tee. And Jimmy Walker leading by a pair here at the 98th PGA Championship. Live action continues. Jason Day with a bogey at the first. As we go to 17, Lee Westwood for his birdie. Lee took a run at it, but unable to convert. So Westwood stays 5 over. At 16, this is Hatton for par. And Billy Hurley for birdie at 8. Bogey 2 of his first 3, but got one back at number 5 and stays 1 over for his round, 3 under for the championship. On the tee at 12, John Curran. Currently 2 under for the championship. Lengthy look for his first birdie of the day on the tee at 16, New Zealander Danny Lee. Danny will have that to get back to even par for his round, 1 under for the championship. As we go to 10, Webb Simpson for birdie, quietly making a move at 6 under par. Webb Simpson, that's 6 under for the championship, even on his round. He shot 66 round 3. We go to 4, and Brooks Koepka.
And up ahead to the 13th.
We're keeping an eye on Brendan Grace after a perfect tee shot from 170. Staring this down and right at it. Another birdie chance to get within a shot of the lead to 3.
Maybe the toughest tee shot on the golf course. He has missed it left toward the grandstand at the 4th.
Yeah, it's hit the trees and dropped down, I believe, Dottie. It's a fix from that tee shot that he blew right at the first. That's going to be a tough second shot from the rough there, having to hook it around the trees. Back to 2.
Jimmy Walker now ready to play from 184. 7 iron in his hands.
Can't get anybody to get that get their iron shot all the way back here, Peter.
Well, the fear of bouncing over shouldn't be a factor with the greens as soft as they are.
There we
but
go.
Still, it's difficult to get it all the way back there.
Good looking shot right there, Peter, right at it. He's going to have, it looks like about 10-12 feet there for his birdie. Let's go to Jordan Spieth.
At the 6th, this is for birdie. you go. He had bogeyed the third, so he's back to even par for this fourth round, but he finds himself 7 back of the lead. Let's go to 3.
From 25 feet, Stenson for birdie. Have to be so cautious from over there. It gets pretty quick away from the hole there. So he'll have that for the par to remain just 2 back. 4 tied at 9 under. McGirt back to 8 after that misstep at 6. Jimmy Walker leads the way by 2 here.
Let's go out to number 10, second shot for John Senden.
Come on. Shot.
So Senden will have a birdie putt. As we go to KJ Choi at the 12th for birdie. On the tee at 9, Hurley getting set to play.
In the hole. Be right, Billy.
Applause from the gallery, though he'd love to be much closer for a legitimate birdie try. Final round action continuing here at the 98th PGA Championship from Baltusrol Golf Club in Springfield, New Jersey. Play was suspended yesterday at 2:14. Not another golf shot was hit, but they finished third rounds. Started the final rounds today. Jason Day making a bogey at his first. The lead went from 1 to 2 as we go out to number 6, and Ricky Fowler second. Parred this hole the first 3 rounds. Dropped a shot at number 1, but birdied the second. So Fowler even on his round. 3 under for the championship. And he'll have another long birdie putt. Up at the 16th, Steve Stricker for birdie. Steve running out of holes to make a birdie. He dropped a shot at 5, doubled the 13th. He's got the 2 par 5s. The long 17th and shorter 18th ahead of him. At 13, this is David Lingmarth for birdie. Jason Day second at number 3. Long way for this par 4. Had a good lie in the rough.
Come on, Jason! What do you say, Jason? Way to go, Jay!
So
unable to wrap
from there before. He hit a big old cut around the trees.
First crooked one of the day. If his bad ones are 30 feet, he can operate from there.
I tell you, these greens on Wednesday night were perfect. They're as beautiful as you'll ever see, and then all the heat stressed them, and you see burned them out in some spots here. Not to take away from what Mark Coons and his team did just to even present this final day of competition and leading up to this championship. It's really great work. Let's go to the second hole.
Peter, everybody's missed this putt to the right.
Well, it's supposed to break left.
Literally everybody just has hung it out there, and it kind of curves afterwards, but That was a good putt right there. And one of the shortcomings this year, Peter, and again, I was looking up, and he was second strokes gained putting last year, and he's 55th this year. So he's given up about a half a stroke a round.
Yeah, and I think that's because of all the time he's been spending working on his golf swing.
Yep.
The old rob Peter to pay Paul.
Let's go to 13.
And Grace to get to within one of the lead. And the 28-year-old from South Africa in the thick of things at a major once again, 10 under. Fourth birdie of the final round, and Brendan Grace has been absolutely spectacular here in this final round. Here he is at 2 for birdie. This after shooting 66 in the third round. Another birdie chance, similar distance at the fourth to get to 8 under. Hardest hole on the course for the final round, the 7th. And just dialed in. And that was from 192. Made birdie there. And then after a perfect tee shot, here at the 13th, just going right at this back left hole location, and able to convert that. He was in the thick of things for a while on Sunday last year, Whistling Straits. Of course, came close to capturing a major at Chambers Bay. Started the final round 5 back, currently 1 behind Jimmy Walker. Over to the 7th, Will McGirt to get to 9 under. 36 feet away. McGirt 1 under for his final round. 66 for his third round earlier today. To 4.
And Stenson playing with Martin Keimer. Keimer 1 under through the first 3 holes, 5 under for the championship, but Stenson at 9 under.
Yeah, Keimer was said earlier on he was looking forward to it in 36 holes. He felt that was makes it into a mental game as well. Mental stamina, keep churning out good shots. Back to 3.
Ian, you were right. It's a terrific lie.
See the grass growing with him? That's down green. So the grass lays down as people have walked that way around the green. That's why it's not a bad lie.
And minimal resistance, pitching uphill to begin with, and then pretty flat around the hole itself. It didn't come out as hot as he thought it would have.
Yeah, it didn't jump, did it?
No.
Will McGirt made his par. I think, too, he wanted to leave it under the hole as we watched that. See the grass laying down, and Dottie said minimal resistance, so it just trims in there. He's a minimalist when it comes to wrist hinge. See the club just get stuck a little bit in the grass. Perhaps that's why it came up 10 feet short. 6 from 8 in scrambling. That's 8th. He'll have an uphill 10-footer for his par as we go to 4.
Seeing a lot of putts come up short.
Yeah, a little bit of nerves, a little bit of rain, everything.
To 3.
Jimmy Walker with driver. He has no trouble turning it over.
Yeah, this is headed way right toward the trees, Ian. And, oh, it makes it through the trees. Never touched a thing. And he's down by one of the food tents.
Wow, that's a long way down, Peter.
Yeah, he's got a
big
firm bounce. Yeah.
Oh, this way down past those 300-yard trees.
Let's use the Konica Minolta BizHub swing vision camera again. Watch the right knee of Jimmy Walker. He's been working on trying to brace that a little bit better to control his backswing. And then from there, he tries to really rotate his body coming forward, and evidence of that is going to be the rotation of his head. Trying to almost be like Henrik Stenson or Annika Sorenstam and get the head rotating through impact before the club head arrives. That one didn't look like he rotated the head nearly as much as I've seen him do in some other swings, but either way, club face open, path to the right. That's the push.
His spine angle went a little bit backwards there as he threw his arms through that one.
It looked like that to me too.
Yeah.
Yep. That was his ball over there, way to the right. And he was trying to start it down the right, as Peter said, and sling it back around that corner. Big dog leg right to left. Over to 14.
And on the tee, Brandon Grace. One back now. Henrik Stenson made par at the fourth. Well done. Left side of the fairway. Jimmy Walker's ball. Back at the third. He leads Brandon Grace by 1. Grace is 11 holes in front of him.
Out to the 18th, Kevin Na for birdie. And he has certainly helped his case here in the final round. A final round 66. And Na, a bogey-free final round. Moved way up the leaderboard with that nice closing 66. At the 6th, Jamie Donaldson for birdie. Dropped the shot at the first, all par since then, and Donaldson at 13, KJ Choi second. And he'll have an opportunity for a birdie. Back at the 10th, John Senden for birdie. Just misses his third against, 0 bogeys. Matsuyama second at number 6. All pars on his scorecard today. Westwood, 4th shot at the par 5, 18th. So a tough final round for Lee Westwood. And a tough final hole as Jimmy Walker finds his golf ball. He'll get relief from that fence. And talk to members of the Rules Committee, John Paramore from the European Tour. And
might be coming out on different points. Well, I think where that ball was, so we're going to measure one, drop it in the second club.
So they're measuring the nearest point of relief, line of sight relief, from the initial condition that they found his ball. If it ends up on that cart path, or his stance is, he'll then get another drop. Since the ball bounced closer to the hole, he redrops. Since the second drop bounced closer to the hole, he will place where the second drop first made contact with the ground. And now he's entitled to take relief from the cart path once the initial temporary immovable obstruction has been relieved. He could elect also to play off that cart path. Might have a cleaner lie from there, but Jimmy Walker will assess his possibilities.
While this was all going on, Jason Day had this putt for par from just outside 11 feet.
He saw Grillo hit a putt that went right on nearly the same line, and that one hung.
He may have to change his strategy with those two poor drives at 1 and 3, and maybe try the 3-wood as we go to 14.
And here's the second shot of Brandon Grace. Young man from South Africa. Well done. 4 under on today's round. Well, it's been feast or famine in majors for Brandon Grace. At this year's Open Championship, tied for 72nd. At the U.S. Open, tied for 5th. Missed the cut in the Masters, but 3rd in the PGA Championship at Whistling Straits last year. Let's go to 5.
This will be the birdie chip. Brooks kept going with the green. I'd give it a pretty good clank right there. Didn't go in, just got caught between the flag stick and the left edge of that hole. Might have been going a little quick. Can't have everything. Let's go to 4.
Jason Day.
The 6-iron over that glassy pond. No wind at all.
Oh, he loves to draw the ball. A bit like Stenson, away from the flag, though.
Okay, nothing wrong with that.
That's a help, Nora. Exactly.
Back to 3.
Well, Ian, I think he's going to elect to pitch this out short of the hazard and try to get it up and down from short of the green. Not sure he's going to take on the green from this position right now.
Oh, he's going a big hard cut, Peter.
Yeah, I stand corrected.
Beautifully played. Once you've got the short brass, you can get the club cleanly on the ball. You can apply the spin, and that was well played. Avoided the trees. 14.
And here is Grace's bid to tie for the lead. That never really had a chance. So at least for the moment, he'll remain 1 back. And we go back to 3.
Right through the front.
Let's take a look at that shot. He goes around the tree, low cut. Bubba played a similar shot, but obviously lefty from the other side of the fairway an hour or 2 earlier. To get it on the surface there was very good. Good break. Clean the shoes off. Look respectable as we go to 4.
Yeah, looking nice and relaxed as well, having a good chuckle with his caddy. That's very important. The reason why they don't like missing this flag left, Jim, is a big ridge comes in from that back section of the green, feeds down. So this might have 3-4 feet of left to right in it.
Oh, it's actually, he's looking even more than that. Nick is probably in the 6-foot range. And match up the speed, the line.
And another one comes up shortish.
I think it's difficult to figure out the speeds when they have not mown the greens in between the 2 rounds.
Look at this at the 5th.
He's got the arm strength for this one.
Well, it's a good strike. He's definitely looking at it. Excellent. Excellent golf shot right there. That ball you can miss to the right so easily because that's where you've got to aim it out there. And let's go now to 8.
And Willie McGirt missed the fairway off the tee. Came up short. First putt to here. So 2-3 putts through his first 8 holes have been the reason why he's about to drop his second shot. really, breeze has sort of died down. 7 under, that's 4 back from Jimmy Walker, who's on top. They're playing for the Wanamaker Trophy. On all the way back in 1916. James Barnes, he was the first name on that trophy. Who's going to put it there later in the day?
Long Jim Barnes, that first champion with a nickname because he would hit it more than 300 yards and because he was tall. Now Matsuyama with a birdie putt. Well short, so Matsuyama without a birdie in his final round. As we go back to the 5th, Martin Keimer second. Keimer birdied the second. All 3 other holes today with pars. Well, he'll have some work to do if he wants to make par here at number 5. Got to get up and down from that nasty rough, short-sided. At 18, Soren Kjeldsen for eagle. A bogey-free 65 today with birdies on 3 of his final 5 holes if he can convert that one. And Kjeldsen, a nice PGA championship. 73 yesterday. Really the only glitch in his entire 4-day stay here at Baltusrol Golf Club. At the 10th, long-range birdie putt for Billy Hurley. And Hurley will have a lot of work left to try and stay 1 over on his round. 3 under for the championship. Up to the 13th, Oosthuizen for birdie. And Louis with back-to-back birdies after bogeys at 5 and 7. He's even on his round. 2 under for the championship. At the 14th, second shot for KJ Choi. And Choi will have that for birdie to move to 3 under, 2 under on his round. On the tee at 15, Brandon Grace.
Clapping. Looks like another fairway hit for Grace. This hole was lengthened some 23 yards from 2005 when Mickelson won. As we go to the 5th.
Well, from that lie he had out of the bunker, it's not bad at all. It's been a lot worse. Bunker over there on the right, a big old slope over here on the left. So he's going to have a throw at it here from about 30. So we're not seeing much here, are we? We're looking for, you know, ebbs and flows. We see Brandon Grace, but the only guy that's got some harumph going. Everybody else is just kind of laying back and hanging around what they started with. So we'll see if somebody breaks out of the pack here. But right now, Brandon Grace, boy, he throws one in early there and gets to 11 or 12. Yeah, back on the tee now. Really trying to find some kind of swing.
That's a 3-wood that will be the first fairway of the day for Jason Day.
There's a start. There's a start right there, Dottie. Let's go try 6.
And just on the left side of the fairway, here is Brooks Koepka, currently tied for 3rd. Even par for the day, 9 under for the tournament. 169 to the hole. No spin. But a nice shot. to 3.
From just outside 50 feet.
Uphill at the beginning until it reaches that crest, and now it'll pick up speed.
Good aggressive play with the second shot there, Peter, and had a go at the putt as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's comfortable. He's relaxed out here. So
that's where his ball was from the drive, way over to the right. And then he cut it around the trees with a long iron to 51 feet. And I agree, he does look relaxed considering he's never been in this position in a major. He has won 5 times on tour before in the last 3 years. And of course, top 10 in strokes gained tee to green this week, Peter, as well as top 10 in putting. So that's a pretty good combo. And his scrambling's good as well. So that's why he's in front, Brandon Grace, at 10 under, just 1 back, with just 4 holes to go.
Yuta Akita, third shot at number 8. One under on his round after a birdie at the 5th. Have a chance to save par here at 8. Up at the 15th, David Lingmerth, his second shot, excuse me. Made birdie here yesterday. He'll have about 25 feet to do so again here today. Up at the 18th, an eagle putt for Tyrrell Hatton. Shot 66 in round 3 with a double bogey at the 10th, but 6 birdies, including 17 and 18, which is what he'll try to do today. Close with a pair of birdies. At the 16th, this is Scott Hend for birdie. Tough day for Scott. 3 bogeys and a birdie on his card. Hasn't posted an over par round at Baltusrol. This for pars, we got a 12. Tanahara for birdie. At the 18th, how about this? Second shot landed right here for Song. So this is an eagle putt at the 18th. Even on his round, 3 birdies, 3 bogeys, and an eagle. We'll see. So a final round 68, and Young Han Song finishes this PGA Championship even par. On the 5th, Jason Day is second. So Jason Day trying to right the ship, move closer to Jimmy Walker, who has a par putt at number 3. Walker stays even on his round as Jason Day is 2 over on his. Brandon Grace moving closer to the top. He's at 15. This is his second. Would have liked to have gotten closer with that shorter club in his hand, but Grace will have an opportunity to grab a share of the lead with that putt. Weather has turned calm here in Springfield, New Jersey. 77 degrees. Not much wind at all. Rain not really dropping at all. On the tee at 4, Jimmy Walker. And Walker will have that for birdie. Koepka for birdie at 6.
$211 yards. Really low flight in there. Over 100 feet. And by the way, pretty straight. What a shot that was. 4 under? Yeah, you're going to be going at all of them now. 7 shots back. 15.
Chance to tie for the lead for Brendan Grace. Nick, the mountain is to his right. Obviously, that influences just about every putt on this golf course.
Interesting, Frank. We've been looking at high ball flight players this week having the advantage, and he's about the lowest out there on tour, and right there.
You're exactly right. That's the soft greens. Certainly helping him out on the back end. Remember, 2 par 5s to finish here. Now to 6.
Henrik Stenson has found the rough, but it appears he's got a decent lie. 199. Oh, well done. Almost hole high. Even par for the round. 9 under for the tournament. So he continues his pursuit of Jimmy Walker, who is playing the 4th at 11 under par.
Live coverage of the final round of the year's final major championship continues. This, Zach Johnson, his 3rd shot at number 11.
Probably where they're standing right now. Yeah. So he's
And the way Zach Johnson putts, reasonable chance he'll make his par here. At the 18th, New Zealander Danny Lee, his 3rd shot at the par 5. 18, playing 526 yards in this final round. So he'll have that for his birdie. Lee 1 over on his final round. At the 12th, Adam Scott for birdie. Scott just rolls over the left edge of the hole, and pleasant champion from Australia finishes up his par. Now at the 14th, Oosthuizen for birdie. Louis Oosthuizen 3 in a row. Birdies at 12, 13, and now 14. Goes to 3 under for the championship, 1 under for the tournament. Excuse me, for this round. On the tee at 16, David Lingmerth. Coming off a birdie at 15, it didn't sound like he liked it too much, and that's why. Not just a bunker shot, he's got to come over decent amount of bunker and awkward angle to that 16th green. Baltusrol is major tested. How about the U.S. Open in 03? The Open again in 15 and 36. In between there, though, 15 and 36, it was redesigned by Tillinghast. 93, Lee Janzen kissed the trophies. 2005, PGA Championship for Phil Mickelson. Brandon Grace now on the tee at 16. All pars throughout the week for him here.
Most of these guys are shooting this ball right in the middle of the green and then putting. There you go. That's fine. That's just fine. Remember now, we play all the way through. No par fives. Nothing. 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 And finally, you get to 17 and 18, and we got the par five. So those are the ones you go get. This hole's kind of bridge to those. Get your 3 and get out of here. Let's go to 4.
Walker for birdie.
Much slower than it appears, putting back toward the mountain.
Yeah, another one joins the club.
Everyone we've seen from that side, most of them have come from the left of the green, left side of the green. They've all finished in about that same spot. Up to the 5th.
Okay, he's got to make it. I know it's early, but he's got to make it. There you go. He's got to get back. Got to get back on the flow here. Get a little Mo on his side.
Well, he's got the crowd on his side, certainly, Gary.
There we go. Just kind of like a late wake-up call, Dottie. What do you think?
I agree. I mean, I think the schedule today has people a little out of their element.
I know I am. Let's go to 4.
You know, Walker this morning had the same kind of start that Day is having here in round 4. Had 2 early bogeys and then really played great golf the rest of the way.
In fact, he had 3 on the front 9, and then, as you said, found his tempo and was played beautifully on the back.
To 6.
And Henrik Stenson for birdie. That has a chance. First birdie of the day for Stenson. He joins Brandon Grace, 1 back of Jimmy Walker. Stenson remarkably in the first 3 rounds, 67, 67, 67. And here's Jason Day.
He's just begging for a high cut. This is actually turning over. May need a little bit of help to stay in the fairway up the left side.
Well, it does, Dottie. Barely.
3rd of the day.
Go to 5.
You can see 3 went off the tee. Bunker stacked on the left. 3 of them. 1 on the right.
This is headed toward the bunker on the right, just to the left edge. It's going to be close.
Aha! Perfect. Very clever. To that good looking 6-iron he poured in here. It's just about automatic, isn't it? Kind of automatic, but he made it 2. Nicely done. There we go. And we're starting to see some birdies now. This is what we wanted. It's a major. Here we go. There was some momentum. Now he's got a lot of smiles going right now. Jason Day, the defending champion. Can he win 2 in a row? I'm going to stay tuned. I hope you do too.
Here in New Jersey, we're for golf traditions and the love of the game. We're the state where legends are made on America's greatest golf courses. We're the birthplace of the birdie and the proud home of championships. From the mountains to the shore, classic designs to pastoral layouts, New Jersey boasts hundreds of outstanding public and daily fee courses that you can play. Plan your pilgrimage at visitnj.org.
And New Jersey, the site of the final round. PGA Championship. Spectators young and old enjoying this, the final major championship of 2016, year in and year out. The last chance for players to claim a spot on the major championship roster, to claim their place and immortality on one of the 4 most important trophies in our game. This, the Wanamaker Trophy, handed out for the last 100 years. 1916, the first time, and that went to Long Jim Barnes. 1916 is when the association was formed, just about 25 miles from here. As we go to the 16th, second shot for David Lingmerth. Excellent recovery, so Lingmerth will make his par here at the 16th. At 13, John Senden has a par putt. Nice championship for him. And that'll be the first drop shot for the Australian in this, the final round. Had birdies at 5 and 8. At 16, Brandon Grace's birdie putt on the way. He'll have some work left for his par. A couple of par fives ahead. He trails by two, excuse me. Stenson at 7T. He trails by a shot. He drives it through the fairway into the rough. At 7. This is the third shot for Brooks Koepka, just within 2. That's well done. Brooks will have that left for his par to stay even on his round. And 2 back at Jimmy Walker. Walker is at the 5th, ready to play his second.
What does that help?
Oh boy. If you'd have seen this ball, 156 yards rather. 8 iron for him, Gary.
Really nothing back there, Peter. You just kind of, get it up on the back right of this green. It's flat up there. One of the easier holes out here today on the golf course. Even par so far, 11 under. See if we can get something going.
Bringing this in a little lower than normal for an 8 iron for him.
Cut it back up in there, and that leaves him a good look at that putt. Albeit about 18 feet away. That's Jimmy Walker. We're going to go to 6.
Well, Vern, we got to take that fairway away.
Yes.
Lie's fine, though. 8 iron. 164, slightly uphill. And slightly uphill lie. Well, that's an aggressive line. Trying to turn over.
Well, he's fine. Well, as you know, they completed the 3rd round this morning, early. This is for birdie at the 6th. Oh, that was an easily makeable 74-foot putt. The defending champion. Just said 74, 8 inches actually. Longest putt made this week. And he did birdie the 5th, the first of the day, after a rough start to the 4th round. Let's go to 8. 7.
Koepka, that was for another par. So he remains at -9. Obviously, a very steady start to his final round of 15.
That was 16th hole. Remember that putt he had from about 40 feet short, and he thought it'd hook and went to the right. Got it up there without 4 feet. And wow, missed that one. That is a huge blow. to this PGA Championship. Brandon Grace. Now he's got 2 par 5s he can try to beat up on coming in, albeit they're pretty long. But he got derailed there. And he's going to bogey that to go back to 9 under, the only square we've had today, just at a bad time. They usually never come at a good time. Let's go to 7.
All right, Stenson from that thick rough. Here's one back. And obviously not pleased. He has played just remarkable golf since the start of the Open Championship. Could a second consecutive major be in the offing for Henrik Stenson at the 98th PGA Championship?
On the tee at 16, KJ Choi. KJ's made par here each of the first 3 days and has a long birdie putt here in the final round. To the 12th, Zach Johnson has a birdie putt. And Zach will stay 1 over on his round, 1 under for the championship. Third round play was suspended yesterday at 2:14 p.m. Didn't hit another golf shot all day long. Third rounds were finished up today. Fourth rounds began. All players have begun their final rounds. We're watching live action from Baltusrol Golf Club. Third shot at number 13 for Greg Bourdie. He'll have a lengthy par putt here. Frenchman even on his round as we go back to number 10. Yuta Aikita for birdie. Aikita unable to move to 2 under on his championship and 2 under for the round. Bogey free. And 1 birdie today. Back to 13, Bourdie for par. A little too much pace as Bourdie makes bogey. This is Jason Day at the 6th, just 2 back. This for birdie.
So close. Jason 1/3 of the way now through his final round. 1 over for round 4. And we go to 5.
Can he get his first birdie of the final round? He was gunning for it. Good putt right there. They'll put some change on that and wait for his second. 11 under par. And now let's go to Mr. Stenson.
Coming off his first birdie of the final round. And it's a lovely effort. Trying to remain at 10 under. 5.
That was a heck of a bunker shot right there. Jimmy Walker clean it up. Does that nicely. Giving the field a bunch of pars here early. Kind of take that. Nobody's caught him yet, so maybe it's good philosophy. Who knows? Uh-oh, who's this?
Yeah, it would be Andrew Johnston finishing with a birdie. Whole new legion of fans over in the States.
Well, he gives back, doesn't he? They shout to him, he shouts back. And he's got that smile etched on his face all day long.
Here he is walking off.
The kids love him. They scramble. They want. He just signs beef. His autograph is just beef. You know.
Has a little time for everybody, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a good lad.
To 7.
On the tee.
It's the tee shot that gave him so much trouble in the second round, but seemed to turn his championship around.
It really did. He made double here, but then responded with 7 birdies in the next 8 holes.
6. Jimmy Walker on the tee.
Good free move through the impact area, and that should be just dandy.
Well, he lost it left.
Did it get through the fairway?
8th hole.
Second shot for Koepka. 7 straight pars to here. Fortunately, a clean lie. Relatively big green too here as well at 8, but the flag is on the right. And you can spin it. Well, at least a bit. Oh, there it is. Settles back onto the green, so it's not all bad. Go back to the 7th.
Nice par at the 7th after finding the green side bunker. So still 1 under for his final round. And 1 back. Henrik Stenson. On this long day for these players here at the 98th PGA Championship.
Back down the fairway, 140 yards to go for Brandon Grace. He'd gone 26 holes without a bogey before that one back there, and was 9 under in that stretch. It's got to go. Got to go birdie, birdie, don't you think, Nick? At least you'd have to try and get to 11.
Oh, most definitely.
Of course, no stranger to this situation in the last couple of years. 3 top 5s in his last 6 majors. So. In some ways, Nick, this far back is better than being up closer, because I've seen a lot of balls spinning back 40 feet to the front edge on this hole.
Yeah, they got the flag just over a little false front, just rolls back down, and it's on a little crest where they've located that in that left corner. Just an awkward lie, isn't it? It's a little more uphill than it looks on television. Plus the ball below your feet.
Ball below the feet, firing uphill.
There,
settle.
stay just.
Okay. 12 to 14 feet, I would say, straight up the hill for birdie. Zach Roseo, his caddy there, giving a little advice and a pat on the back. Over to 8.
Long putt here for Brooks Koepka. I feel like the leaderboard's just in a holding pattern at the moment. Of course, Koepka playing with that ankle injury. This is his first start back since Bridgestone. And this is what the hole looks like from the tee side. So just an iron for Stenson. Perhaps a little bit of turf and ball at the same time. Still managed to get a short iron on. Hole just bends a little to the right. Certainly sets up a good opportunity for the players as we go back to Jimmy Walker.
And his second shot, Peter.
179 yards. Pretty good lie, although it might fly, which I think is why he's taken an 8-iron.
Oh, gosh. Really well done. Jimmy trying to become wire to wire winner of the PGA Championship. Peter, take another look.
With the Konica Minolta BizHub Swing Vision camera, really take note of the angle of the shaft, the lean of the shaft at impact. He had a pretty good lie behind the golf ball, but see the shaft leaning forward, making no attempt to swing under and up on the ball. Drives his right knee over to his left through impact. Just a good solid swing motion through the hitting area.
I like the way, Peter, he's playing a draw off the tee and a fade with his irons.
Yeah, he's working it both ways. He looks very comfortable, Nick.
2-9.
Par 3, good look here, straight up the hill, and it's just a little tug. Just enough to ruin your day, that little tug. Matsuyama's going to stay. That's 7 under, 4 shots back.
Not like a 6 I think with 6 you've got to be very precise. Yeah. 7 1 6 1 6 like if I hit this too hard, that too hard.
Jason Day.
Well, it brings that into
card
play a little.
from the second round. Double at the 7th, and then that torrid stretch, culminating with the 31 coming in.
Yep, okay. We want to finish in line with
brilliant bounce back from our reigning champion.
And it was a really mature process he went through trying to get back into that round. He said his only goal was to get back to even for the day. And then it just continued to build and build and build. So 188 for this second in the saddle area of the screen.
Go, Pat. Yeah.
7 iron.
And that will drift just short of the collar. Jason trying to become the first player since Tiger to win the PGA back-to-back. It's only been done by 4 other players as we go to 17.
And another interesting statistic as we watch Brandon Grace from 16 feet, 18% this season from that distance. The only other player from South Africa to win the PGA is Gary Player. He did it twice. You may think Nick Price back in '92 at Bellerive, but he's actually from Zimbabwe in southern Africa. But Gary Player, a 2-time PGA champ. Really needs to make this up the hill. That's a shame. I think he needs 3 at the last now, Nick.
Well, I'm not even sure of that. I think these guys are playing pretty solid, pretty steady. And if they just keep picking off a couple, you know, as I said earlier, maybe they probably get to 12, maybe 13.
Back to the par 3.
All right, Bruce Koepka likes to just hit a thumping cut. He makes a very loud noise at impact. We'll get to enjoy that.
Get in the hole!
Koepka with a nice tee shot at the 9th. We'll have that for birdie. Live final round action of the final major championship 2016 continues as Paul Casey trying to finish his 2016 major championship resume with a birdie. Does so just moments ago. 3 birdies. His final 5 holes. Nice finish at 7 under par. Currently tied for 6th as we go to the 6th hole. Jimmy Walker for birdie. A 2-shot lead. Not enough. As Walker stays 1 clear of Henrik Stenson. All pars in his final round thus far. Stenson's playing the 8th. His second shot. 8 8 playing 381 yards. Stenson not happy with that shot. He'll have a long birdie putt. Sure, he's reached the green, but about as far away as you can be on this green. Jimmy Walker looking for his first major championship victory. Henrik Stenson looking for his second in 2 weeks. Won the Open Championship at Troon 2 weeks ago today with a closing round 63. Jason Day, the defending champion, just 2 shots back. A lot of these players have finished up their rounds already. Many of them too far back to put any kind of serious move on the lead. So it's really down to a few players here in the final round of the year's final major.
The WWE Universe.
Now KJ Choi. Third shot at the par 5 17th. Made birdie here yesterday. And he'll have that for birdie today. Back to 11. Yuta Aikita for birdie. Unable to get it to drop, so Aikita, his 11th par of the day, as Billy Hurley has this for birdie at 13. And Hurley stays 1 over for his PGA Championship final round. 3 under for the week. Up at 15, John Senden has a birdie putt. People moving in the gallery as Senden 1 under for his round. Trying to get now to 5 under for the championship. So he'll have to birdie in to grab a share of the clubhouse lead at 7 under. Though the way this course is playing, that unlikely to be good enough for the Wanamaker Trophy. At the 17th, playing alongside KJ Choi, this is John Curran with a birdie putt. An extremely long par 5. Today playing 618 yards, the shortest it's played all week. It's the 3rd easiest hole on the course today, about 0.15 under par. 2 precise shots to put yourself in position to go for a well-guarded green. Bunkers all around, green sloping from back to front. And the 17th, exactly where John Curran would like to make this birdie putt to go to 4 under. And Curran makes a par here again for the 2nd time. The last 2 rounds, we go to 7. Jason Day to pull within 1. The defending champion just not able to get anything going here in his final round. Played 18 holes already today as we go back to the tee with Jimmy Walker. Another low bullet moving from right to left, also puts this through the fairway, though not into the 2nd cut. Henrik Stenson for share of the lead.
Pretty good.
The methodical Swede stalking another major championship victory. Now Koepka for birdie. Frustrating final round for Brooks Koepka. Also has already played 18 holes today, and Koepka
I fell in love with that line.
all pars today. Final hole, number 18, Brandon Grace. Made a charge, his third shot here. He put his tee shot in the water. He had to drop back to here. Likely needs to make this. So 2 putts for par 5. He will be the leader in the clubhouse, though unlikely those players ahead of him or even tied with him will back up one of those players, the man at the top. Jimmy Walker's second shot.
This hole has been really difficult all week long.
It has the most difficult hole today, second overall, and he loses that left, and it trundles down the slope. So that will be no bargain to 8.
Jason Day on the tee.
Just a layup, Frank, that center bunker that a few players have challenged early in the week. Not in the picture for Jason today.
Started down the right.
Get a bunker.
Hear him say, get a bunker, and it did.
Fortunately, in the middle of that. That's where Brooks Koepka was, a couple of groups ahead. It's not all bad there. And the hole ahead is the 9th.
A little bit of wind coming up here. Not much rain here in the last, I should be quiet, not much rain here in the last hour. That's good. Stenson 1 shot back. He's walking in there murmuring. Okay, all right, you're gonna get a good read on that one. 25 feet to the right, Henrik Stenson. And let's go forward to 12.
Daniel Summerhays, as was earlier for birdie. Look at that. Puts him at 7 under and a tie for 6th with Matsuyama and Casey and Robert Streb and Hatton. Good for Summerhays. BYU product. Lives in Farmington, Utah. Had an eagle yesterday at the 2nd. Walker continues to be the man in front.
Up to the 17th, where KJ Choi has this for birdie. Nicely done. KJ Choi to 3 under for the championship. At the 12th, Aikita for his birdie. It's been that kind of day. A number of makeable birdie putts. Last few holes. No bogeys, just 1 birdie on his round as we go to the tee at 16, the final par 3 on the golf course. John Senden. What a nice swing he has. Terrific ball striker. This one headed left. It's going to be a difficult up and down for Senden. Back to the 8th, Emiliano Grillo. Second shot. So he'll have a birdie putt, 1 under on his round as we go to the 12th tee. Jamie Donaldson set to play. Pretty big miss there. It's going to be difficult up and down from the collection area as we get a 17. Louis Oosthuizen for birdie. Birdie 12, 13, and 14. They made bogeys at 5 and 7. The rest pars today. Back to the 14th. Billy Hurley for par. So Hurley will drop to 1 over for this round, and Walker now at the 7th.
120 shot, finishing on.
And that was nicely done. This game did not have a rock-solid feel to it coming into Baltusrol. He had missed 4 of 8 cuts, including 2 weeks ago at Royal Troon, to 8.
Second shot for Dave.
It is a clean lie, 120 yards. Took 2 clubs in the bunker and settled on hitting a gap wedge. Little tree trouble.
Not too bad. You see him really sort of hang on to that left hand through that hitting area. So nice clean lie. Obviously, you can't afford to let that toe flip over because then it just starts to dig down too much. Tries to keep that face from over rotating through. And notice too, didn't sink his feet all the way down. It's a tendency. Obviously, if you dig down too much on those fairway bunker shots, easy to hit it a little fat as we go to 10.
Second shot for Koepka.
Well, he powers a big divot out, doesn't he? It's very steep, gets a lot of spin. There it is again.
Again, playing with a brace around his right ankle. He's got a strained tendon. Has kept him out of tournament play for a month. Imagine he's walking 36 through these soggy fairways today.
Well, his mind on it keeps his mind on something else, doesn't it?
Here at 18. Birdie putt on the way for Brandon Grace.
Yeah, unfortunately, just the fireworks they dampened. Didn't quite happen.
To 7.
And back to Walker. This for par.
Yeah, needs to give this his full attention. It's just outside the feel-good range.
He's got to keep his body still on it as well.
And a 7th straight par in the final round for Walker, who despite the lead-in has really put it all together this week.
Every time it looks like we've got birdie putts, they're like 25, 30 feet. Nobody really getting the idea of stacking it here and having some short putts as we go to another long one.
And they keep coming up short, as Stinson just did. Here's Koepka.
It's just like they're edging closer to the hole. Nobody can quite bust it past it. There we go. Good try.
Boy. Trying to stay focused on that as it rolled out a good 4 feet by, playing with Patrick Reed, who's at 5 under, but even for the day. Stenson made his par over at the 9th. Stay 1 back of Walker, and let's see what happens at 8, Frank.
Yeah, a little bit of New Jersey real estate, Dottie, between him and the hole.
And subtle New Jersey real estate that is uphill at the end. Frank, he took much longer over this putt than he has any all day today. Last little bit of elevation change got him again.
He just slams the brakes on. Can't quite get his approach shots close enough at the moment. Try to have a little look at the leaderboard though. I'll remind him he's not that far away, just 2 back. Doesn't have to push yet. And he knows how to do it, how to close. Let's go to 14. $13, excuse me.
153. Oh, beautiful effort. Carrying off a birdie at the 12th. Another excellent opportunity at 13. 18.
And this for par. And unfortunately, the 70th hole, yeah, really led to his undoing as it did at the U.S. Open last summer. He hit it out of bounds. Grace, beginning of the week, he hosted a dinner, and he was joined at that dinner. Right here you go, by Henrik Stenson, who brought the claret jug with him. Having this on the table. Get to keep that in your possession 3 different years.
Yeah, I didn't travel with it though. Back in those days, you weren't going to check that thing into economy at the back of the plane.
13.
Birdie for Summer Hayes. And that moves him to 8 under. And 3 birdies in the last 5 holes as he goes to the 14th, and we go to 8.
Jimmy Walker's tee shot.
Well, electing to lay back and not challenge this hole as some have done with the driver.
I was just going to say, Nick, I don't remember you flying in economy.
Yeah, that struck me as well, Frank.
What are you saying, guys?
Well, we were just saying, you know. Let's go to 10.
Stenson.
Right, water down the right in the landing area. Tiny little creek, but it's only 4 paces from the edge of the fairway.
Can say and verify that I saw you take a sip from the claret jug for the first time at a dinner a couple years ago.
Yeah.
You were there, Ian was there, and Phil Mickelson was there. So you had 3 Open champions.
You had a spot of claret out of the claret jug. Very nice.
Nice to see you find your calling on 3 occasions. To 10, Koepka. That was a really important putt. I mean, it's all pars to this point. I often wonder, we got Walker also with a string of pars to start. What's going to come first, the birdie or the bogey? Let's pick up Matsuyama.
This is over at the 11th. Matsuyama had 173 yards in here. His first birdie of the day after 10 straight pars. Matsuyama's in this movie right now. Just plodding along steady. Looking to become the first man from Japan to win a major after the first man from Sweden won at the Open. It was the 16th hole that cost Brandon Grace. He was running for it. He had a chance, but that 3-putt bogey cost him dearly.
At the 17th, Alexander Noren, his 4th shot at the par 5. Oh, he'll save his par here. And Noren stay even for the championship. 1 over for his round today. It's close at the top of this leaderboard. 5 players within 2 shots of the lead at the 98th PGA Championship. Out of the 13th, Yuta Akita for birdie. Never had a chance on that one. Forward to the 14th. This is McGirt's 2nd. Gert got it going early with 2 birdies in his first 4 holes, but dropped shots at 6, 8, and 9. Speaking of 9, Jason Day is on the tee.
Go. Is that the one?
That's the one.
He's got his chest puffed out there. Maybe that's it. Get the even par for the day before he makes the turn. He would only be 1 shot back. He's made for majors. He's thinking that. Peter Costas, take a look.
All right, take a look at Jason Day's left shoulder right now. Get a mark in the background and watch how he never gets past that point with his left shoulder as we look at his golf swing with the Konica Minolta Biz Hub Swing Vision camera. Good full turn back, and then watch that left shoulder go up and then back. And that's one of the reasons why he is such a high ball hitter. Just keeps his swing center so beautifully centered in the golf swing. Equal motion both back and through.
Peter, most of the power hitters at impact, their shoulders are pretty vertical, aren't they?
They're going, that left shoulder's driving straight up to the sky, Gary.
Let's go to 8.
This just a moment ago, Jimmy Walker's second. He hit a roll. I wonder if that threw him off.
Well, he backed off his routine. Jason Day's roar was before he hit, but he was between clubs. That was a 9-iron there, and I don't think he felt comfortable with that club selection.
Let's go to 12.
Matsuyama breaking that long string of pars with a birdie at the 11th. Let's see how he backs it up here, Nick.
Yeah, the flag's tucked on the right, and they cannot miss the green to the right. Fabulous shot, 214 yards. Flying it all the way.
And over at 10, Stenson.
163, that's probably we gave that a belt. It's probably a 9-iron.
That's a good one. 11.
Just a moment ago with the 3-wood from the 11th tee, Brooks Koepka. Just to try and draw it around the corner a little bit. And I think he's caught the tops of those trees, trying to bite off a bit too much. Down there right in the middle, and that will not be good. No shot. Okay. He'll have a little punch swing. Couldn't make a full swing with it back up against that tree, but does he pitch it out to the right, or does he try and get it through that gap low with a low running one? I don't think he can get it over from that close. Nick, it's probably best at this stage, don't you think, to get it back out in the fairway and try and make par the hard way?
Most definitely, because you're going to hit that tree on your backswing, and you could quite easily miss it or even shank it. You know, it will completely change the downswing direction. So, yeah, I'd forget about going forward and just try and be sensible. Leave it, try and get that 80, 90 yard wedge shot in your hand.
Ricky Elliott, his caddy there. Boy, if he tries to go forwards and doesn't make it, it brings 6 into play. 138 to the hole. It's not far. It's just, well, you can see it.
I think there's more room down the bowling alley, isn't there?
Yeah, it does look like 10-pin bowling, doesn't it?
Which one's he going to hit?
And I don't think he has a backswing if he goes right to get it back to the fairway. So he's going low.
Oh boy,
it's really thick over there. It's headed down over towards the 12th, the par 3. He's trying to punch it low. He's got it back in the stance, and he's trying to squeeze it through that gap. And he pulls it. You can see the ball here. He pulls it just a couple of feet too far left. Straight into the trunk of that tree. He's trying to go just right of that, Nick.
Yeah, but we tend to do that when you're trying to knock it down. You know, because it's such a short swing, the arms go, and that's why you pull it.
Back to Jason.
4 feet, 4 inches.
Right half with some go on it, Gary.
You like it, Dottie?
I do.
There we go. You know early in the round he said, I can just get back to even par at the turn and let me figure out what to do from there. And he's done it. Even par at the turn, 1 shot back. And that's, by the way, 3rd time he's made a birdie on the 9th hole. That's pretty good in itself. Backstory, let's go now to 8.
Just made this putt a lot more interesting.
Big break to the right and fairly slow.
Far from easy, too. Day at 10, Stenson at 10. Speaking of Stenson, let's go.
Yeah, he can tie the lead right here with a birdie attempt at the 10th.
Oh, don't you? Oh, my goodness. Well, he putted great opposite Troon on greens that were only actually 8.5 one day because they're so worried about the high winds. So you would have thought you know how to just modify your stroke a touch to get a little bit more hit out of it.
Back to 8 where Jimmy Walker 3-putted this green on Friday, Frank.
Yeah, he's been in the lead since the first round.
Yeah, this is a good 4.5, 5 feet.
Still in the lead. Only just though now. To 10.
Wow. The driving iron.
The tee is up 1 from the far back where the measured distance on the card is, Nick. And I think it's a good play. A lateral hazard down the right. A little bit of breeze in, not much.
Yeah, as we said, his misses have been to the right. Had about half a dozen this week, but this is not the hole to have a miss to the right.
Ideally, where the hole's cut, you'd want it in the left half.
You got the bunker left away in a mat and just belts it. He's good at doing the belting bit.
That's the right half. That should settle nicely.
He's starting to get that kind of bounce, if you
Yeah,
will,
a little
that
bit of
attitude. It
rhythm.
looks like he's on go now. There's that creek that was brought out by Reese Jones walking this hole with great architect this week, and he thought this would be one of the hardest par 4s on the course. Meanwhile, 11.
Just a moment ago, while that was going on.
Come on, Brooks.
There you go. Little low drawing punch, got it back out. Ahead 1 to 12.
It's Matsuyama for birdie to get the 9 under.
He's been running close, and another one. This one misses on the right. Seen a couple on the left. He could have been a couple better, like everybody, really. But he's been hitting it quite close.
Over at 11, he's in danger of throwing his whole championship away.
As is Brooks Koepka, guys. This is his 4th. Spin back. No, just a little downslope crown there at the back of that green, but that for bogey. No bogeys in his 3rd round, 4 birdies, and no bogeys so far today. So there's the 11th hole, the dog leg to the left. And Brooks didn't make it over the trees there on the inside of the dog leg. Most players going with 3-wood. And Henrik has the trusty 3-wood, as you would expect. Really good hole, this one. I like it a lot. Something you've got to really think on the tee. Shape your shot. Not a long hole. Just 3-wood, 9-iron or wedge.
Yeah, or just pick a yardage so you don't, because it's so tempting. You're looking around the corner. I watched some guys early in the week and they all kind of come over the top and pull it around that corner. And so I think Stenson just goes for those middle bunkers and just fires it and plugs it just in front of him.
Yeah, no roll, so doesn't have to worry about it running through. So in excellent position there is Stenson. And he is trying to join This group of multiple major wins in the same season, age 40 or older. O'Meara twice, remember the Masters and the Open. Jack, of course, one of those was here at Baltusrol in 1980, and of course Ben Hogan with 3 in 1953. He couldn't play the 4th one because the Open Championship was the same week, within a week of the PGA. Back now to the 9th.
Jimmy Walker on the tee, 211 yards. That's a 6-iron on its way, slightly downwind.
Looks like a good line. Looks like a pretty good line. It just drips over that right bunker and leaves him about 35 feet away. And we got a glimpse of something down there by the hole. I wonder how that got there. Aha!
Yeah, that was Robert Strev, Gary, with a 5-iron, and he's getting himself back in. He's starting to get a feel for the flow.
Just you see him gripping it way down there, about 5 inches, and just peeled that right along the ground. Beautiful shot right there, about 4 feet away. He likes it. Put that 10-finger grip right on that club and hit it close. What are they doing here on 11?
Just checking the yardage book. They all have books that have the slopes as well as the regular yardage book. They now have these books with every slope, every little nook and cranny on the green, all scoped out, and you get a good close look at it. This 11 feet. What a save for Brooks Koepka. It's a bogey, but it was a good one, and he knows it. Just a little pull from the tee, and he's avoided disaster with a good putt. Back to 10.
And back to Jason Day.
Well, more moisture in this fairway than we've seen thus far all day. Originally had a 6-iron, has backed off for a 7. 190.
Go. Push it back. Push it back. Go. That is.
Wishing now he had stayed with the 6. Last summer at this time, his career took off. He won the RBC Canadian coming into Whistling Straits, and then, well, shot 20 under, the first in the history of major championship play to be that many under par in relation to par, which Stenson just matched. 5 more wins since then. Ranked number 1, and he's only 1 behind Jimmy Walker. Trying to take the Wanamaker for the 2nd straight year.
At the 13th, Ricky Fowler has a par putt. Tough day for Ricky. Bogeys at 1, 11, and 12 with a birdie at number 2. Shot 1 over par yesterday. 2 over on his round today. 1 under for the championship. At the 10th, 2010 champion Martin Keimer's 3rd. For par to stay 1 under for his round, 5 under for the championship, playing alongside Henrik Stenson. Let's take a look at where we are. The east coast of the United States, up in New Jersey, just a hair west of New York. New York City off to the right there, Baltusrol Golf Club in Springfield, New Jersey. This week, the first toughest hole, number 1. 3rd hole is the 3rd toughest. 7th hole, 2nd most difficult this week. 14th, second easiest to those final two par fives. 17, the third easiest. 18, the easiest hole. So birdies coming in. Got to hold tight going out. All players have finished up first 7 holes on this golf course. As we take a look at some notables from the final round. In the field, Justin Rose, U.S. Open champion. 2 under par for the day, 4 under for the championship. Phil Mickelson, 2 under today, 3 under for the championship. He won the PGA back in 2005 here. Now Jimmy Walker for birdie at the 9th.
Problem is, he hit it about 33 and a half, 33 feet. And he's going to have about 4 feet left there, Peter.
Now that was woefully short there.
Good 11.
Perfect position here for his second from 159. Divot went almost as high as the ball, didn't it? Oh, that's an unusual miss for Stenson. Half a club long, which usually happens when you pull it. Watch the eyes here. Is he intense? He knew straight away. Maybe trying to go a little hard with the 9-iron. Just pulled it. 13.
And this was a moment ago. Suyama, second shot from 144.
Keep me posted on that, mate.
This extremely talented 24-year-old from Japan. And Sir Nick, he just can't get it going with the putter.
Well, this is a pretty good try from 25 feet.
At the 9th, another chance to get to 8 under.
That one's just a fraction firm, and the only criticism on that one. And this one, he went for the soft one, and it just didn't want to break. So he's doing his best, like everybody there.
He was able to convert one at the 11th, so just trying to make something happen here at 13 to get to 9. And again, it sails past, so it will be another par and another missed opportunity to 11.
You can see the ridge there as it comes onto the green. He's got to bounce it into that. Yeah, beautifully played. Wonderful shot. Back to 10.
It's already made a 74-footer this week. I said this morning, very early, probably before 8 o'clock.
And he made another monster putt at the 15th on Friday during that birdie run.
This is another one of those putts that's super slow at the end.
Over to 9.
Stenson tapped his in. Somebody looked to the same. Maybe Peter, he's setting himself up because the back 9, he has had 11 birdies and only 1 bogey for the week. So maybe that's his game plan.
Pretty much everybody this week has taken care of the back 9 and just try to survive the front.
Let's go to 10.
So this ran out at 2.5 feet.
Yeah, just a little tester that he's going to need some pace if he's going to play it inside the hole. Talked yesterday about how he spent a lot of time on Friday on his string line, working out, getting the pace and the line matched up.
You can see it recovering the 2 early giveaways with a pair of birdies. Let's go to 9.
Well, this would definitely get him lurking. Robert Streb, he's only 3 back. And really, really going unnoticed. Bogey early, couple birdies. How about 15, Mr. Summerhays?
Just a moment ago, Gary, second shot. Drove it just over the brow of the hill. Yeah, he was going to enjoy this too.
Oh, hot.
Of course, Daniel Summerhays finished T8 in the U.S. Open this year, which is first ever top 10 in a major championship. A chance to do the same. that more than aids the cause. Summerhays has a chance to have 2 top 10s in major championships. Never know. Steal a few more. Let's go back to 10.
All right. Heading to the second 9 here. Walker with the iron.
Again, playing conservatively, and this should find the right side of the fairway.
Here's a look at the leaderboard, and then when you look at the scoring on the back 9 for the week, Walker at 10 under par for the week on the back 9, best in the field.
Yeah, put Jason about a full shot there. He'd take that right now, wouldn't he?
Now 12. Koepka did a fabulous job getting out of the 11th hole with a 5, deep in the forest a couple of times.
Let's see if the old bounce back factor. No.
He's at 8. Currently tied with Streb, Matsuyama, and Summerhays. Grace already in at 9 under ahead of him. Stenson and Day tied for second behind Walker. Let's go to 11.
Just the driving iron for Jason Day here. Fire
just
it down there, Dottie.
Another position tee shot. Driver makes no sense. And that gets the job done, Ian.
Yeah, just hit it to the corner around 260.
That's it.
Few Australians in the crowd. Just wonderful balance and timing. Watch the knees here, and the foot just rolls in, starts coming up now, and the athleticism and the strength really showing as he maintains the balance. The hips really firing through. Big high finish, beautiful swing. Over to 16.
Okay, Daniel Summerhays. 5 iron, trying to get it back on that back shelf. We have a pretty good look at it. And he does a heck of a job. Beautiful golf shot right there by Daniel Summerhays. A spectacular 1,500-foot view of today's tournament comes from the MetLife Blimp, proudly supporting fans and small businesses for nearly 150 years. That is an old dog. Let's go to 10.
Well, that's quite some layup, though, isn't it? It's way back.
Yeah, he's got 210, Nick. That's a little quizzical
Yeah.
club selection for me. Even a 3-wood would have been better, but he knows what he's doing. He's leading the tournament. He's going to have to contend with these trees down the right side in front of him as well.
210 with a 4 iron. That's what I was thinking. Little fade again. Oh, just overdoes it a touch. Getting the corner, I think it spun to the right, so that's fine. Plenty of room, soft green, so in theory
it's not buried. Should be able to do something with it.
Yeah, straightforward shot, yeah.
Back at 12. Koepka, who was ablaze in the final round at Oakmont. For a while looked like he might threaten 63, but a couple of late bogeys. Fell well short of that, but what a turnaround it is for him. That's return really is what it is to being out for the better part of a month. Webb Simpson in at 6 under, even today. Henrik Stenson, 2 weeks ago today, he won his first major. 50 weeks ago, Day won his first. And Jimmy Walker wants a piece of the prize for the first time.
The new superstars of Smack.
Put the work in, and he certainly has done it. Jason Day needs something special here at 17.
To the right of that is a marker 237 to the green.
We're looking at the 18th where Stenson Has hit his second shot over this par 5 green. See his ball. Looking for a spot where he can take complete relief from the grandstand, a temporary immovable obstruction. Not a typical condition that's found day to day for amateur golfers, but when tournaments are contested, obstructions are put up, and the rules indicate they get a free drop at the nearest point of relief. So they just found a point of relief to Stenson's right. Now they're trying to find the point of relief to Stenson's left to see which one is nearest to the original position of the golf ball. Once they find that, he'll be able to drop within a club length of that spot, no closer to the hole. So it looks like the determination has been to the golfers left of 18 green as you're looking from the fairway. Sometimes when it's close, you'll step it off. Sometimes even measure with a flag stick.
Yeah, where the arc is, if I go out here, I can be closer to my ball if I can go further out, as long as I'm not.
I can tell you what, I think your tee is right on the line, equidistance.
So he'll take his driver, and while he figures out what his options are, Jason Day is at the 17th, much longer par 5. It's all come down to the final few holes here. Final 2, both par 5s. This is Grillo for birdie at 17.
Watch out for this young fella. He's going to be 3 years age.
The new superstars of SmackDown.
Down. It'll be a good time. Great to have golf back in the Olympics. This is a must make. We say it all the time, but he really does need to apply a little bit of pressure by holding this one.
And Carl Swatton told me exactly the same thing about 3 minutes ago. Ian, this will go to the right, and mostly because of the mountain to Jason's back.
He hit it too firm to take the break.
Just too much speed for the line.
Only one player has been able to win back-to-back PGA championships, and that's Tiger Woods twice. Jason looking to do that. Oh, it didn't break because I hit it a bit too firm. And of course, since 1958 in stroke play. So he has to knock this one in, of course. This is inside right. Be careful down the hill, and then eagle the last. Everyone's missed that to the right, Dottie. It surprised me. Okay, he gave it his all there on that putt. Heads to the last, knowing what he has to do. He's hit 3 iron off the tee on the last 3 rounds. We'll see what he does today. Now down the fairway, just laying up.
306 total, so I would imagine something in the 200-yard range would leave him a nice yardage for his third.
He was swinging beautifully, Peter.
Yeah, you could tell when a player has his emotions and his tension under control, and Jimmy Walker certainly does.
It's just all synced up. You know, he hasn't finished top 10 since Doral in early March. He played pretty well last week at the RBC in Canada. So no one would have thought this. Not saying that he's not capable. When he plays well, you're seeing it. He plays as well as anyone in the world. Last two champions at Baltusrol. Lee Janzen back in '93 at the US Open. Phil Mickelson in '05 at the PGA. They dominated the back nine, and that's exactly what Jimmy Walker's doing down here on the bottom. 12 under on the back nine this week. At 18.
It took a long time to get relief, to get the drop from the grandstand netting. And the third shot for Stenson ended up here.
That's pretty good. He just cleared the corner of the green.
Playing with Keimer, who had this eagle putt. And it found the tap. The fourth eagle hit 18 today. Moves him into a tie for 8th at the moment.
Yeah, very respectable scoring this week.
66th his final round. Keimer and Stenson both securing winning Ryder Cup points for Europe during their time, and that was for birdie that would have moved Stenson up into a tie for 4th. Now, one birdie in the final round today.
Yeah, it's disappointing, especially just that last end at the 16th. Sorry, the 15th hole, hit the 9-iron over the green, and that was it. After that, he was lost all momentum. And Jason again going this driving iron.
Same play he made this morning in the third round. Appears to like it.
He's not even watching it. Center stripe, well back of the Nicholas plaque.
Pretty amazing. He can hit an iron 268 through the air.
Well, now Walker in position at 17 to make a run at birdie. He's got his third shot coming up, and he could be standing on the 18th tee. Who knows, with a 3-shot lead, if he's able to find that 4 at the 71st hole.
Well, I think he'd really love that cushion if he only has 2 shots. It could be anything from 1 to 2, really. He might be playing it really safe. I wouldn't want to go near that water with my tee shot.
Again, if you're just joining us, they're playing preferred lies today because of all the soggy conditions.
And Jim, I can say that's walking out here. That's a very good decision because at least 8 or 10 of the golf balls in my group have had massive amounts of mud on them. They've been in casual water. It's the equitable thing to do.
I agree.
Jimmy Walker, 48th in the world rankings. It's the highest ranking of anyone to win a major since Keegan Bradley did back in 11.
Ian, he's coming up here kind of close. He's only got 68 yards.
I just love to throw 75 over that flag.
Yes.
That's the shot.
Coincidentally, that.
Okay, be real specific with it now. Dial it in.
Dial it in. Last command. Andy Sanders, of course, the voice of his caddy there.
So Jimmy Walker in great position to make a birdie at 17, stretch his lead to 3 shots. His closest pursuer, Jason Day, is in good position on 18. Also a par 5. Day really needs an eagle to put the pressure on Walker. It's just past 7 o'clock Eastern here on the east coast of the United States, northern New Jersey, Baltusrol Golf Club in Springfield, New Jersey, where Jimmy Walker, that man, is looking for his first major championship victory. Still focused on what he has to do. By no means a coronation yet, but if he can roll the birdie putt in, then this championship will be firmly in his grasp. Up at the 18th, Grillo's second shot. There have been 4 eagles today at 18. Only 1 bogey and only 1 score higher than bogey. So Walker knows if he can make this putt and claim a 3-shot lead, only a calamity stands between him and the Wanamaker Trophy. To put the pressure on, Jason Day needs to get up and down from here. He's got 257 to the hole. Par 5, 18th.
Get back there.
And those are the kind of shots the champions hit on Sunday on the 72nd hole. Now Walker for birdie. He heard the roars. He heard the roars from 18 and made some of his own on 17. Another look at the birdie that likely clinched the Wanamaker Trophy for Jimmy Walker. What a clutch putt. Just catching the low side, the perfect speed, so it could hang on and find its way to the bottom of the cup. Likely Jason Day heard that roar as well and knows he must make his eagle putt to have any chance to force a playoff with Jimmy Walker. 3 shots separate the two, but Jason Day has an eagle putt at the 18th. There have been 82 scores today at the 18th. Recorded in the final round. 80 of those have been par or better. It's the easiest hole on the golf course, playing closer to a par 4 than a par 5. Jason Day trying to defend his title, having won his first major championship last year. at this championship. Whistling Straits. Another look at the putt. Should he have his name engraved on the Wanamaker Trophy, he'll likely look back at that putt and know it's what gave him some breathing room. He heard the roars. He knows Jason Day has a viable birdie putt, eagle putt, as Day approaches 18. Now Walker on the tee. It looked like Jason Day saw the leaderboard, saw that he was now down by 3 shots. That's why he reacted the way he did. Certainly not when he saw his ball close for eagle.
Five to win.
Well, it's like Henrik Stenson said, even if Day makes the eagle, all Walker would need was a 5. So here was that reaction.
Yeah, he's looking at the leaderboard.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Before he saw the placement of the second shot.
No, he thought it's over.
Yeah.
Well, not quite, but you can still hold it, and you've still got to make 5 to win for the first time. And it's nothing easy about it, because you've got to lay up perfectly, and then you don't want to overspin a wedge and have anything more than 30 feet trying a 2-putt to win for your very first major.
Jimmy goes on to win this. We know all the storylines for the year of Major Championship Golf as far as at the top. First-time winners. It's going to be fascinating to see, too, if you look at it, the list of those who finished second.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
You're going to have Jordan Spieth, Jason Day. You're going to have Phil Mickelson. And then you're going to have the 3 that tied at Oakmont, including Jim Furyk, along with Shane Lowry and Scott Piercy.
Yeah, that's a good group.
And who these first-time champions held off is one of the points.
So right at the start of the show, you made a good point about these leaders have all played it on their own in their own group, watching each other now. So you've had that whole emotion. It's just you and your caddy. And obviously when they've worked really well together in all those 4 pairings, for 4 individuals with their caddy partners, they've really battled hard and well, and this can be quite a fantastic moment if you can pull this one off for first time for Jimmy Walker.
Emiliano up on the green will putt first for birdie. And in just his 5th major start. And this would give him, if he holds it, this would put him into the top 10. Went 36 today and is going to end up playing the double rounds at +1, 73.68 when he taps that next one in.
All eyes focused on Jason Day, trailing by 3. Final hole of the final major of 2016. The defending champion has an eagle putt to put pressure on Jimmy Walker, who is back in the fairway. Only 2 players have made higher than par on this hole all day. So this certainly a must make for Jason Day. Wanamaker trophy in the background has his name on it from 2015. He'd love to join Tiger Woods as ones who successfully defended their titles.
Well, Chester's throw, he did look down the fairway.
And it's something else.
Whew.
Well, I can tell you from the fairway that Jimmy Walker knows he needs 5 to win. He's got 288 yards left for his next shot.
Well, just wants to move it forward the 200, Peter, and then the 88.
I would think the only way he could get in trouble is a really bad lie going for it, missing the green. I would agree with you, Nick. He's got.
Oh, I would have thought so, because at least you know you can control a wedge and you're not going to get a flyer. You're placing the ball. You're not going to air. The last thing you want to do is airmail the green. It'll be a third. So
Jason goes 67-67 today.
Oh wow!
Oh my word!
Oh,
He's
wow.
taking out the 3-wood.
No, we both don't like that one.
Ricky Fowler. Alan Ranowski, past president of the PGA, Jordan Spieth. Ellie and Lucy, born last November. Dash, who ran out onto the green last year in Wisconsin. Okay, guys,
Wow.
what is this decision all about? What do you think?
Does he think he can bust it on the green, Peter?
I can't tell if that's his 3-wood or his 5-wood.
Okay.
So he may still be laying out.
Yeah.
We're just going to have to wait and see.
Maybe things just put it in one of those bunkers for safety.
Watching it a long time. Oh boy. Oh my goodness.
Not what we.
Why?
Yes, it's a little bit of why. I agree.
I think a whole lot of why.
Yeah, we say it all the time. The first sign of pressure is poor decision making.
Maybe believed he could scramble it and just scrape the front edge.
Here was the eagle by day.
I mean, come on, how good was that iron shot and that putt? Incredible. Up and down from 256 with an iron and a putt. Fantastic. Just to keep the PGA Championship alive.
Yes. We moved into prime time, you know, past 7 o'clock. Time for a little
Drama.
Nighttime drama here.
Yeah. Golfers are good at drama.
Well, the big question is, can Jimmy Walker just manage to somehow hit this third shot? It's actually just below our tower, and it's I can see it from here. We're looking down on it. Looks to be a pretty good lie. He doesn't need to do anything cute here. Just needs to get it on the dance floor and 2-putt for the title.
As long as they haven't got a nervy pair of hands, because you know you got to forget about the flag and just chop it safely to land almost pin high and go 20 feet past. I mean, you're not going to lob this one up. You're not going to do a Mickelson lob at this particular stage in case you mishit it. The rough is still very gnarly. I definitely think now, because he's this far up, he was trying to get in that front bunker. That would have been a very sensible, safe play. Just chunk that out. Should end up inside 15 feet. But this is going to be a nervy lob shot.
Good question. Peter Costas, you were back there when he decided to go with that club selection. What were your thoughts?
I thought, you know, it's not the easiest of layups with an iron, but I thought that he would be laying back and taking his chances with a wedge like he did back on 17. and take any possibility of a really horrendous lie out of the equation.
You see the grass is kind of going with him toward the green. It's been trampled down. They had to push the gallery back a bit.
Yeah, go and have a wander, have a walk up there and see where you need to land it.
And Peter, as many times as you watched Jimmy Walker play, how would you rate this part of his game right here, this shot that he faces right now?
Well, I would say it's not the strength of his game, but it's not really a weakness either. He's fairly competent around the greens. It's going to depend on the lie, and I'm walking up there right now.
Plus, there's a lot of commotion. Getting it this close to the gallery, you've got 30 photographers trying to hustle into position.
The lie is reasonable, Nick. I would expect him to take it left of the flag. You know, give himself 20, 25 feet.
Exactly. I mean, you're not going to try and pull off the miracle shot.
Meanwhile, Robert Streb is back in the fairway, 111 yards away, trying to play his third. He found the fairway bunker off the tee.
Yeah, it's a little below the green. It's about 8 feet down, but he's had good control of his nerves all day long. So you know, we get probably more jangled than he is. He's probably thinking, yeah, it's fine. I've just got to open it sandwich up. Just make sure you just strike it nicely. It's going to land within 10 feet. Maybe stop within 10 feet past.
It's a 33-yard par 3. Make par to win, right?
Yeah, for a wonderful, big, fat, shiny trophy.
Here's Streb.
Just a little knockdown wedge from 111.
Come on back. Streb will have that putt to finish in a tie for 4th, and if you finish in the top 4, you qualify for the Masters. So he probably isn't aware of that, but there is a lot riding on that one.
Yeah, we're fine. Folks, please stay still. No fun. No fun. No fun, guys.
They're going to have to move some more.
Yeah, give the man
photographers back.
Give the man a bit of breathing space.
Just be still, guys.
This is a good enough lie that he should be able to make clean enough contact to guarantee that he hits it up on the tier of the green.
Put it on the green, 2-putt, you're the champion. It's going to be on the green.
It's up the top side. That's what I think he wanted to do. And it still has an awful lot of nerve level to it to just cozy that one down to tap in.
How are your nerves right now?
I always get a little tingly.
I know what you mean.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the green from Shawnee, Kansas, Robert Streb. And please welcome from Bernie, Texas, Jimmy Walker.
It's still Walker's turn.
Well, we've seen the putt come down the hill a couple of times. It's just a simple left or righter. Nothing different about it. No different pace from any other green. Just sort of about your touch right now.
We saw Martin Keimer a few minutes ago hole a putt from right in that area for an eagle. Maybe he can think back to 2009. You know, this wasn't an easy ride to being a good player on the PGA Tour, to be a 5-time winner. Just trying to keep his card. He had to go through the web.com a couple of times. He had a putt back in '09 at the Disney tournament. And it wasn't a short putt, but on the 72nd green, he had to make a putt to finish number 125 on the money list. And he made it. And after that, his career took off. Guarantee you there was a lot of nerves.
Well, he has been
that time.
He has been rock solid, Jim and Nick, on his 3, 4, 5 footers all day long. But I can also rest assured telling you that he would like something significantly shorter than that for his second putt here.
33 feet.
And this would win it. Let's go ahead and close the door if he makes it. Easy.
Yeah, no guarantees in that one.
What's that look like down there, Peter?
That's a good 3 feet.
Jason's going to go out and just view it with his own eyes and forget the monitor.
It's mighty dark out there. We open up the lenses.
It's getting so dark that if he happened to miss it and this went to a playoff, it's a 3-hole aggregate playoff.
We wouldn't finish.
Streb to go to the Masters next year. Boy, that was way off.
He just couldn't see that break for the light.
Yeah.
And what about that affecting what Jimmy has from 3 feet?
I don't think he's got much break in his. He's pretty much coming down the fall line, so it should be maybe inside right edge.
Yeah, at least he saw it go past on the first putt.
Streb finishes with Stenson and Keimer in a tie for 7th. And now this entire championship comes down to a 3-footer.
Yeah, I've got good news for him. It's 2'11". Yeah, it's a serious one, though. Got to see it go in and just rock your shoulders.
There's your champion. A major champion for the first time, Jimmy Walker.
The astronomer shoots for the stars now. We knew he had it in him. Oh yes, it is even better.
His wife Erin and the kids.
Oh my God.
He knocked that 3-footer in like it was on the practice green.
Well, that's what you have to do, isn't it? That was fantastic. Great quality golf. Kept his nerve. I mean, look how consistent he was through the day. I mean, that is very impressive. In those rounds this week, 65, 66, 68, 67.
Well done, mate.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
All right, Dashy, come on, let's go. Good stuff, guys. Well done. Congratulations.
Yeah, cheers. Go play.
Well, the kids are just been dragged out of the creche to see what's going on.
Jimmy Walker and his family as he makes his way towards the scoring tent to make official his victory here in the 2016 PGA Championship. A clutch performance for both of those men as he gets a hug from Ricky Fowler, Jordan Spieth, waiting and looking on as well. Quality gentlemen competing in this game, and a quality champion having won. He'll make it all official as it starts to sink in. Couldn't take his eye off the prize for one moment till the very end. Jason Day made sure of that with his eagle at 18. Drawing to within one. One more look at the final putt. Dead center. And he goes from being a PGA Tour winner to a PGA champion.
New Jersey, Derek Sprague.
Thank you, Bill. On behalf of all PGA of America professionals, I will first want to thank the incredible staff here at Baltusrol Golf Club, the wonderful members here at Baltusrol Golf Club, the 3,500 volunteers who came out to assist this week, the wonderful fans here in New Jersey to come out here and watch this great golf today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please help me congratulate the 2016 PGA champion who beat the strongest field in golf, Jimmy Walker.
There you go. Jimmy, congratulations. You can set that down. Well, things got kind of interesting at 18. Jason put a little pressure on you.
Yes, he did. I was thinking up 17. If I could birdie it, I think that would put it out. And we made the birdie, and you know, nothing really. Sometimes things just don't come easy, and golf is not an easy game. And Jason is a true champion. Wouldn't expect anything less. Eagle at the last. I mean, that's unreal. So that really put it on me to make a par. Sometimes pars are hard, and but we got it.
Quickly, you've never been in this position before. Were you as calm inside as you seemed on the outside?
There's a lot of emotion going on out there. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It's tough. Felt a ton of support from the crowd and the fans, and it was amazing. It really was. It was a battle all day.
You're a major champion. You're a PGA champion. Congratulations to Jimmy Walker, the winner of the 98th PGA Championship.
Jimmy Walker, 37 years old, from Oklahoma City, now living in Texas. Such a storied and rich history of Texas golfers. With this championship and major championships in general, they can add another to their ranks, and his name is Jimmy Walker. A